parlors, one up and downstairs. And most of our living room plus my daughter's room, they up. And she's 2 years old. So I was concerned, how will this girl climb this staircase? So I remember the first few days, I would tell her, hold this thing and the ray, and my daughter will be holding it and be climbing, or she will hold my hand. 1 month, 2 months later, you go here once more, where are you? Before you know, she don't, stop, don't run, walk. Don't run on that staircase, walk. She will now start small, come walk small. As I speak with you now, what has happened over time? Because she has gotten used to it, you get my point? She can run the same thing with your business. When you get used to it, you can run. Some of you just start, you don't run, you want to do everything, and there is something about capacity. You cannot handle more than you can carry. If I pour water into a balloon and the thing gets to, or I blow air into a balloon, at one point, if I keep blowing that air, you know it will explode. So take it gradual. Start your business. Make sure you are selling. You are making sales for 50,000, gradually 100,000, gradually. If you don't just want to open doors, start the first day, because you don't do Facebook ad, you don't put signboard, put billboard. You never they sell 1 million. You don't the thing say your village people have follow. Get your mind off all this on a plenty spiritual belief when they believe. It is not, nobody say devil is not existing. They are, yes. But if I'm already prayerful, I'm already a faithful person committed to God, I should believe that the next thing God is waiting for is my strategies. Please, I take God's name Beguna. So take it one step at a time. Before I start, please, I need everybody, these two, please, everybody the center. Because if you stay there, I won't get the views that we want. Especially because we are the center, and if possible, please help us push forward. Let's do it that way, because we are streaming so that the videos won't look bad. Thank you. Thank you so much. So it's 2:45. Can we start? Are you ready? You know how we do it. When I say I, you reply and add your name. Say I. Say the I and add. I've been a new people there. Say the I and add your name. I, so. So say I. Some of you don't even know her name. Say it with confidence. I will make sales. Will make money. I will have customers in millions. I will take it one step at a time. My business will grow. My sales will grow. Say, I will learn, know, apply, and grow. So help me God. So today I'm teaching something very simple but straight, and this is what I want to talk about. Can we read it together? Sell abnormally. Yes. So I gave you an instance, and then I said, Nigeria, we are not normal people, and I've noticed it. Look around. Most people who do entertainment abnormally have proven over time that you gain attention. Sometimes abnormal things are crazy things, but for the interest of this conference, I had to filter it to fit what and who is coming here, the host and everything. But the truth I want to share with you is, most of the things I'm going to say are not new things. Why I'm saying this is, I'm saying it because I've told you that I don't want to come and tell you a particular principle I read from Philip Kotler, a particular principle that according to Coca-Cola, according to KFC, when they started opening this thing in Malaysia, no, I want to talk to you with everyday principles that I've shared with a couple of my friends and clients, and they apply it and they see results. Very simple things that you can relate with. Things that if you take your note, you can simply write, I feel do this one. I am doing this one, but I will improve them small because of what's in here. So I want to talk to you on sell abnormally. Because of maybe the tension, the economic situation, the realities we face as Nigerians, selling normal does not move people that much. People who sell normal will definitely make sale. I didn't say because you sell it normal, you will not make sale. No, they sell normal. You go make sale. You go do this. People go buy, open a shop. The people you see in my 1, in my 2, in my 3 market, everywhere you see them, when they open their shop somehow, people have needs. Will walk into the place and buy. The people you see in Ikoku, the people you see along your street, the people who have offices in different plazas, somehow, somebody will definitely wake up and the person has needs, want, interest, and they will come and look for you and buy. But beyond that, selling, when it stops at one purchase, there is a problem. Am I talking to someone? So if somebody, the guy, yesterday I told you I went for an event. If the guys who hired my service don't hire me again, there's a problem. So if you understand sales, if you understand this whole thing we are saying about sales, what actually supposed to happen is that there should be a way where when people want to make buying decision, you should pop up. When people write a list of, I want to buy this, your brand should pop up. Maybe because of how, that's what they call, give your customer an experience. Leave them with an impression that will make them, they will want to come back. All of this put together. So, I'm teaching today on selling. First slide, please. On sell abnormally. Don't do things the way everybody they do, the normal thing. So in today's highly competitive marketplace, abnormal is the new normal. If you can find a way to break the norm, to generate more interest, attract more customers, and get more loyalty, please do it. Can you tell somebody, do it? Tell the person where, do it. Say, tell the person, generate more interest, get more customers, get them to be loyal. Just do it. If you can find a way to do these things. And it's important for you to know, the number one thing I'm trying to share, because I have a very limited time, I will run very fast today, is this. Number one is make promises others won't make. Now, Nigerians are prone to promises. Nigerians like to hear you promise them. That's why politicians can entice us. How many of you know? Nigerians want to hear when you are doing real estate, you want them to buy. Promise them that it's in a very secure site. There will be 24 hours power generator, this, that. Just promise them. Even when they finish building the house, somebody will say, where the generators? Tell them there will be gas line and everybody will not buy gas in this place. Things they know that they cannot do. Why are they saying it? They are saying it because they know that Nigerians like to hear promises. Because they know. So at the buying point, every Nigerian is like a fine girl. Every Nigerian is like a fine girl. They want to hear sweet things. They want to hear good words. They want to hear when you tell them, buy a phone, this phone, the battery, they last, the picture, they sharp. Nigerians want to hear that. Don't just say, buy a phone, you give them, you want which phone? Oh, yeah, take. When you just give them the phone like that, they will say, just say, I buy a better phone. So the boys who sell in Garrison will tell you things the phone cannot do. They will tell you big things. And because of those big things, it is the reason why most Nigerians will buy. Am I saying the truth here? You went to buy a shirt and say, this material, touch them now, it a draw. As they draw like this, they draw like this. If, you know, they call on the faith quick code. Even if they work something hook you, you go just draw the thing will come. Nigerians like to hear that. So because of that, it's important you know this, that in business, as a business person, you must learn to give promises. But let me tell you the beauty of this. If you give promises and you fulfill that promises, you will understand what I'm saying better. If you promise people, buy this phone they last. When you charge it, it is turbo charge. When you snap, the pictures are very good. You want to do this, and the person goes back, and all the big things you promised that person, the person sees that they are true. You've left that big impression. That big impression is the reason why they will come and buy again. Am I talking to someone? I'm not just saying make promises you cannot fulfill. So I'm saying make promises you can fulfill. So when you are selling, ask yourself, this is my thing. I sell Zobo. What can I promise people that I can fulfill? For instance, I decide to promise people, if you buy 5 Zobo up to 5, I give you 1 free. Do you know it's easy to fulfill that? For instance, if you buy Zobo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by your 5th purchase, we'll add a snack for you. Nigerians like those kind of promises. If you have patronized us for 3 months, if you have a birthday, we'll give you 1 carton made of 12. Nigerians like it. The normal sales is, because I'm selling Zobo, because I'm selling Tiger Nut, because I'm selling soft drinks, I'm selling food. When you pay me, you buy your food, I take my money, madam, they go. That's normal, Abi. But the abnormal is telling you that yes, she been come buy food. After she don't buy food, I want make she come again. What can I do? What can I tell her? So because I've told her, tell times to come, madam, it's like this is your first time. If you come buy this for up to 5 times, we are going to do this for you. We are going to give you this. So because she has heard that I say if you buy for 5 times, we are going to do this, she will now start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If she comes for 5 times, you don't do it, you might lose her. That's why when I say make promises you can fulfill. 2, if the promises you are making are promises that others have made, you still do not have a competitive edge. So this I recommend. I say look at what your competition has promised, analyze it, and see how you can reinvent it and go extra. If the person selling was also telling people if you buy up to 5, maybe I need to tell people if you buy 3, I give you 1 extra. Maybe I will need to tell people I will not just give you a snack, I give you a voucher. I look for one restaurant that they are selling food. We almost did that same amount for my Zobo. If my Zobo is, or my Tiger Nut is 1.5, I go to one restaurant like that. They get people where I do this a lot. I say, if you come for my event, I give you a ticket to go and watch this thing in cinema. How much is movie? How much is movie? Now, like I never spoil. No would not spoil. 1.5, Abi? 2.5. Take it. So go to Genesis and then you take 25,000, you buy 10 movie ticket. And one particular day you now announce, take this from me. You see, if you buy from us and so and so and so and so and so day, we are giving out free movie ticket. If you buy charger or if you buy a phone, let's use a phone because charger the cost not too much. And people now say, oh boy, I won't buy phone this week. Oh, must where the money go complete this weekend. So I go buy for this place. I get free movie ticket. Their mind is not even telling them that it's 2.5. I don't know whether you get my point. If you see my comedy show, I sell mostly my ticket in cinemas. So this is what I do. I just go talk to the cinemas. I say, if you buy VIP ticket, free movie ticket. So my VIP ticket, 15,000 naira. Movie ticket is 2.5. The same thing. But are you good to talk this in for camera? Are you good to talk for camera? The same thing. Normally, the girls who sell for me as marketers most times get 10%. You understand? Sometimes 20%. So if they get 20% for 15,000 is 3,000. The ones who have 10% is about 1.5. So when I go to these cinemas, of course, and I say when they buy a VIP ticket, okay, we say when you buy 2 VIP tickets, give them a movie ticket. So 2 VIP tickets, if it is one of my salesperson that sold it, the person will get 3,000, no be so. So when the cinemas are also selling it, I will pay for a movie for 2.5 at the even gain. So what I have discovered that most people will prefer to go to film house to buy the ticket so that they can get. Some of them want to buy the ticket, they will just wait. When they go to watch movie, they will now buy the 2 tickets, get 1 free this thing. This year I'm going to add get a movie ticket and a popcorn. Now how is it possible? My VIP ticket for my next show, I've increased it to 20K. So for 20K, I know that deep down in my heart, 5K will buy popcorn, pay for a movie. So there are people who want to buy the ticket and go say, I'm not going to buy for your hand. Make I go to the cinema, go buy. Or there are people who comes into the cinema and say, I want to attend this show. If I pay, watch this movie now. After I pay, I watch this movie. I can't see later, I go buy, I don't know, 25,000, but 20,000 I go do the. Am I talking to someone in this place? Make promises. Make of all these things. So I promise, when you come to my show, I say, when you buy my table, my 2 million naira, I say, when you buy my table, there is an apartment for you. The apartment is 150,000 naira. If you buy my 2 million naira table, there's an apartment for you. People like promises. And this is what last year, all the people that bought that table, nobody asked me for the apartment. I said, boss, the apartment attached for that. No, I did go house. No worry yourself. Don't worry. I sold like 10 of them. No worry. One person no stay inside. One person no stay inside. Now me call the people, say, it's like my guests, they don't want to stay. People want promises. Tell somebody when you buy Ankara, I don't know, am I making sense? Nigerians want to hear you sell Ankara. Can you imagine it? And you have one way we see no two costs. When you buy, we'll give you. You need to know how to promise people. Do you know what it means? If you can get a very good tailor that can sew, and then you tell people when you buy my Ankara up to 3, I will handle your sewing. This is our partner that sews. Somebody say sell abnormally. Move. Number 2. Today, when I don't blame you, today I only 40 minutes, then give me. Okay, let's do this. It sounds like free promo, but I don't care. Now, this is both. You book, you do this, ride sharing. Now, some guys have just started this in Port Harcourt. Feel free to patronize. Now, good people. Obi Kubana is fronting for them. Have you seen this advert? Yes, Aviable Motors. Now, they use Corolla. They are using classic cars. So they promise people, if you book us, you have executive cars. They even tell people that our car, you feel we have bulletproof car. See, people want to promise people something. When we were small, don't you used to do promise and fulfill? Have you noticed that those children you promised that 1 naira, 5 naira, and when you fulfill it, they used to respect you very well, Abi? That's the same way your customer will respect you when you promise them something and you fulfill it. You plait hair, and every day you plait hair, you don't know that if you notice that your customer rubs a particular gel or a particular hair cream or have a particular treatment, and you look very well, say that thing, you go ask how much and say 2.5, and then you say, Auntie, from the next time, if you come here and we make your hair up to 3 times, we'll give you this so and so hair treatment. Have you seen travel abroad people? Have you seen networking people that tell you when you do work network and you reach this level, you will go abroad? Have you seen those things before? You see how Nigerians used to see, right? How they come to church and worry you with testimony. Pray. I joined IJBNL. Now women, I sabi those things fast. And if I know I reach level 5, if I know level 7, as I reach level 10, they say we'll be going to Ecuador. They don't care whether an Ecuador visa is visa. The whole church will sing is a miracle working God. They don't care. It was because of the promise of traveling abroad, they became committed. Please help me move. Number 2, give guarantee and warranty. Offer to fix any problem that may occur within a particular time. Move. For instance, Orino tells you that if your charger spoil, not burn, because if you burn, you get out of the car, no say the charger burn. If you use your charger within 365 days, but I don't stop this thing. Nigerians don't deal with them. Nigerians, they will carry old one, change the code. I will still ask them whether they still do. They will not stop. You can't play with us. They will not use them to see. They know to minutes. They will say 365 minutes. So when they were doing this particular promo, this warranty, I noticed that I still bought chargers that got spoiled less than this time. No time where I go meet them for warranty. Is there anybody here, you bought charger, it got bad, you went to them, you don't spoil it? Now, when I went to buy this charger, they showed me, within a warranty, if it's spoiled, within 1 year, if it's spoiled, we will change them. They told me, I heard it, and I saw other people, idiots, I know if you promised me, I will change them. And then I bought this one. Normal selling is you won't buy charger, 2.5. See and here, take, you go. Oga, they go. And they stay. But abnormal sales is telling you that you should not be stingy. You should understand the marketing by generosity. That's what it's telling you. That because somebody hears that if you buy TV from us, if the TV has issue in the next 6 months, we will change it. A lot of people want to buy from you. I have a book I've read recently, one of the books that inspired me, that has shaped some of the things you see here. How to Sell to Nigerians by Akim Alabi. Please, I recommend. I have one copy of that book there. Somebody bring it for me, please. Read that book, please. I beg you. Read. There's one man I will want you to read things from Akim Alabi. You will see value. He's talking Nigerian. And I want you to understand that some of the principles you hear cannot fit in. Like this thing I talk now. You know, so if you practice, I'm here, Abby. It's very, very vast. Okay, this is the book. How to Sell to what? Nigerians. So, for this book, Akim Alabi shared the story that he wanted to buy a house. It's even when you start reading, you see. And then one person said 100 million naira for the house, another person said 120 million. But the difference between the both of them was that one of the man, while he was trying to talk to people, make inquiry, the other guy told him, if you buy this house, if you have any issues in 6 months, I will fix it. If you also live in this house in 6 months, you are not satisfied, I will take my money back, refund my money back. I will refund your money, you pack out of the house. Why the other guy who was even selling less for like maybe 100 million, you don't know concern him. He said, are you sure the guy at the class said there's nobody is perfect in this whole thing, but I just thought that you would like the house. For extra millions, he bought and he lived in that house for 6 months, no issue. But what moved him was warranty, guarantee, warranty. Are you getting what I'm saying? Most of you sell certain products, you learn how to give people. This is like building customers' confidence. In my comedy shows, I write it inside the letter that I put from my table. I say it is a money-back guarantee. That if you attend the shows and you don't enjoy the shows, I will refund you your money. Sometimes they will laugh. When I started, someone will laugh. And I said, yeah, I don't know what I go refund to. I don't know. I feel beg. Because there was what my ushers didn't serve plenty people drink. They were calling to complain. So when they complain, I will not end this up. But you enjoyed the show. Say, okay, yeah, yes, good show. This comedian, I like this one. This one, I like this one. I can't hold my side. So that means he enjoyed the show. No need for money back guarantee. Also, but let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. I have seen somebody who say, I buy this table. If I'm not enjoying, you go pay me. You go pay me. I say, sir, buy. And the man left with this and said, was it KOC immoral? You didn't tell you as if you don't enjoy this, you go pay your money back. Didn't tell you. So I work the extra miles to make sure you get value for your money. Ask questions. Nobody understands hospitality more than me in a comedy show. When you buy tables with some of my colleagues, when they put 2 bottles of wine and small chops, you don't leave. In my own show, I put wine, I put soft drinks, I put chops, I put ram suya, I put barbecue fish. So it has become a tradition that when I take my table, oh boy, even people make reference to my friends. Now, your shelves are like KO, no. KO, you don't even need buy another thing. I put different kinds, all kinds of drinks. Why? Because I've given them money back guarantee. So for that reason, a lot of people have seen it like, make her go if I don't enjoy me. So I even have somebody who, not be somebody, people who say, since you say a money back guarantee, I will pay you after the show. I'll say, sir, okay. But keep to your words. Say, why not keep to my words? And they finish my show, awesome. Inside my show, while the event is going on a particular show, I was doing a show. The show they go on, my phone was far from me. The guy who did some of the settings was disturbing me, and I got pissed off. Say, rest now. I transfer your money. How much is your balance? 150. I transfer your before you go. This is not a crusade. There are see people say, see show food and buy ticket. So while I was talking to him, I now carried my phone. Out of anger, I wanted to transfer his money. I said, I don't work with you again. And I kept to my word, I've not worked with him again. Only for me to just enter and I see, I check, this person don't pay. The few persons who told me, see, they send a money back guarantee. Now, after the show, I will pay. They were paying right inside the show because they were already getting value. No refund of money after payment. Yeah, winch. They are selling normally. You know, consign us. You don't. That's how normal people sell. That no refund of money after payment is a product of selling normally. Are you getting me? And I'm telling you, don't sell normal sales. No, be Nigeria. We are normal people. We are not normal people. So don't give people guarantee. Tell people, if you buy this happen. Count on me. I told you I bought TV and I went and I was not on. They sent somebody to fix it at no extra cost. At no extra cost. That's what makes Nigeria. I move. Next slide, please. Number 3, use psychology for marketing. Use psychology for your sales and marketing. Now, this is interesting. Watch. See, the way people respond to marketing can be better understood when marketers apply common psychological principles to their strategy. Watch. Show me my next slide. And let me hit what I want to tell you. Now, look this thing. I was studying a few months back and I saw this thing online. And I like it. Now, see something. Sell abnormally. Check. This is wristwatch and bag. They say for $49. You get me? Somebody see wristwatch and bag and they say you must buy the two together. That time they start remembering, I don't need watch, I get. I don't need bag, I get. And this same thing, they now say wristwatch and bag. Buy the bag for $49, we'll dash you free wristwatch. But I buy this thing so that I will get this free. Are you getting my point? Do you know? Take it from me. Do you know? Do you actually know that there are some things you said that if you just carry the two things, I need to dash somebody this book. Remind me before. What happened? Huh? You carry me come here. Anytime I want that person book, you go reach front. Go back, I beg. Before you go do now, they go toss it with my wife. Go back. This girl, what? Are you reading all these books at all? That was not the book you were looking for. Okay, you are looking for that particular book. This particular book. Come now, let me sell for you now. You buy. Go now. You don't want to buy. Now, you were looking for it. You wanted to buy it. Now, you don't see me here now. You don't see Ogwaja. You don't want to buy for me. Go. When you are ready to buy, we'll talk. Don't worry, go. Ross, let me give you. No, I want to give. You know, like say, man, do man. You are too tall for this. No, you will like this book. Because this book, you will like me. Yeah, no, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I had to sell to Nigerians. I'll buy it for almost all my staff. You like it. Now see the psychology who they use here now. Say, for instance, they sell polo and jean, and the polo and jean are 15K. You can't say buy this jean, you get free polo. It's the same 15K. You understand? But some people, because they say if they buy the jean 15K, you go get free polo. Give me this jean. You go give me the free polo. You give me the free polo. Yes, we'll give you the free polo. Yes, we put it up and down. Yes, they don't pay you the 15K, can't collect. When you give Nigerians the impression that they are ripping you off, they like it. When you give them the impression that you are in a hurry, you just want to finish your goods, they like it. So try this psychology that, for instance, you are selling Zobo and what? What can I add to Zobo? Zobo and meat pie or small chops. And that chops now maybe 1,000. The Zobo now 1,500. And one particular place you go now and say, please, we'll say, buy our chops, you get free Zobo. If you try this thing downstairs from the first day you come, now you know say people go just go. How much is your chops? 1.5. No, it's too expensive. No, it's not expensive. We'll give you free bottle water. We'll give you Zobo. Some people just look and buy them. But in real sense, sometimes everything there is 1.5. Another woman feed there, they sell their own. They know they don't even have time to calculate the woman's own. The woman 1.5. They know now leave them. They are before I spend 3,000. They don't. If you don't buy from you, enjoy your taste before they will notice thing at the same thing by selling individually. I'm not if you know this works. I'm talking to you about sell abnormally. Am I making sense or I'm talking nonsense? So especially when it's seasonal, especially as Christmas they come now, you do this kind of thing. Valentine, Christmas, Easter, Independence Day. You just use, if you do it every day of your business, they will catch you. Am I talking to someone? So you just look at Christmas, 1 week or 2 weeks, you do them. You just arrange two things. So I know your price, but I will show them. And then you put it out there. It works. Move, please. Next, say for example, selling two products at different price versus selling at one point. Number 4, offer appealing discount. Customers like to hear that they are ripping you, like I told you. If you can buy cheaper, tag it higher, and sell less, then you'll be helpful. One of them, I took my wife to somewhere. She wanted to buy clothes, and she was hailing them. They are doing discount sales. I said, Madam, relax. You don't know these people. You don't, these girls, since I didn't give you that book now, you're going to move around. They see you, they feel guilty. The next time I know, this evening for Facebook, you go post men has come. I will check if they have one copy. I will buy for you. Yeah, the girl don't feel defeated. But I like her as a girl. She dey read book. This kind of one now, you marry her now, you're going to teach your pikin something, not makeup, pikin or mama or no. You marry slay queen, they will now come and slay your daughter's character. That doesn't mean I will give you the book. I'm just hyping you. So you can use this hype whole body. So sometimes this is what these people they do. Sometimes there's discount as in discount. We don't care. Now sometimes see what in this food and they do. What thing they do be say, they know that this thing that they bought is 25K. They will keep it for a few weeks for 25K. Maybe some people don't come try them. See now 25K. If they are lucky, some people will buy 25K. Okay, they will keep it 35K. Some people go on price. Sometimes when you see 35K, luckily, I asked my wife to come. The cloth I won't buy, they tag and one kind price yesterday. So she was already telling me that tag, no mind them, it's not real tag. We know how they do this thing. Just like that girl that is selling book downstairs. And so she write big price for the book. I said, Madam, can you, Nigeria where they need to read, can you buy this thing on this price? As it they do it's normal thing. They will not say, okay, I can give you a discount. Do you know that sometimes after they've seen that 35K over a period of time, 2 weeks later, they'll come put something for outside, discount. They'll come put the 35K, come cross some X, come put the normal price now. Go with the normal price, 25K. You, because you've seen it 35K before, you now saw, if I buy this now, I will save 10K. Will you buy or not? These principles are old principles, but they are not normal. They are playing on our mind. There are some too because of say, you think all people will do discount. Then just wake up one and say, I am tired of making profit, Lord Jesus. I'm tired of profit. What shall it profit a man if he gains the world and gains the world? So let's sell it and run at loss. You think that's what they do? This is what they do. Or they manage to spot where they will buy cheaper than what others are buying. They don't enter competition. When you hear discount, you feel like paying for it. Am I making sense? Let's show me. Go to that slide. Let me show you what Jimmy I used to do too with their next slide. Now see this. When they do Black Friday, most times they will tell you, see the price 63,000, and then they put it 49. This one 83. Yes, you go see say, if I buy this now, I've saved 20K. Abi? Not them. Not them. Not them. So one Black Friday like that, I went to price a TV. They put one price. So the TV price, it didn't pass. It still did that same price. I said, come. This TV, on a Black Friday, need a black finish. The girl now said, man, leave what in the girl tell me. The girl now just make me understand, say, actually, the price supposed to go up with the pity people. The price supposed to go up with the pity people. I said, madam, they lie. So this thing that the real price, when I first bring price, it will not be real. See what these people did then. That price was about 220, like 210. I mean the TV. So that during that their Black Friday, that they changed to Bra Friday, they use hangers. They put a price that is higher than the normal price. And most of you will say, oh, now this one be the normal. Sometimes now this one be the normal. But because they know soon are no normal. There are also sometimes, as in sometimes, that they will pick certain specific product and say, let's discount this product. And the way they do those ones, they will talk to the manufacturers. We are having this season. So for this season, we want to sell at this rate. Please, let me tell you, most times, product you buy within that, their Black Friday and do you know this doesn't have warranty? Have you noticed it? They know you like discount. Stop selling normal. Offer people discount. Don't be commenting on ordinary Zobo. Tell people this is when I want 5, but for today, I'm selling for 1.4 because of my mama birthday. As small as 100 naira is, some people will just say that 100 naira, I don't use and buy bread. I am not teaching you principles like according to this, according to, have you heard according to in my mouth? But you notice that this thing, see, I don't care when people invite me to teach sales. I don't, I was telling somebody, say, if I wake up and say I want to be teaching people sales in this country, I will make so much money. Companies, church could invite me because I don't need to start telling. I know, I'm a street boy. I know what thing they make me buy. So when I talk to you, if you say you want to apply them, when I give people sales advice, you need a take, they don't see results. I don't need to tell you this is theory, this is the analysis of kum. Some of them don't want to carry IC school. I can't tell you now what I learned for school. You got to worry. 2 girls, Peter says, don't mind him, he's just showing off. Yes. But I'm telling you, everyday marketing experience. I don't know whether you get my point. When you offer, because there is discount here, and sometimes to make it effective, they are doing countdown. 4 days to go. You say, Choy, I raise this money, 4 days, don't fit the now. 3 days to go. Sometimes 1 day to go. That 1 day go, they reach 10 days. 1 day. But as they wake up 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. Some people are seeing that 1 day today. How many of you notice? Enter next slide. I wish I had time. 7 more minutes. These things, your people are the ones depriving this by people of listening. Freebies. Free services, free delivery, and gifts that will interest the customer can enhance sales. For instance, let's do this with Domino Pizza. They do this a lot. Honestly, you know what you would do? Okay, we're using these brands because it has a reason. Turn the next slide. Now, I'm a Genesis Pizza person, more of a Domino Pizza person. And I now move to Pizza Jungle. Honestly, please change this thing to Pizza Jungle after now. Instead, use company they manage, give me money, support me for my show. Mama, come and sit here. You need to learn to reward them. It's important. Even that one I was talking about, free delivery, it can be a reward that makes sense. You need to learn to reward people who buy in bulk. One, the second set of people you must learn to reward. There are 3 sets of persons you must learn to reward if you want to improve your sales. The people that buy in bulk, number 1. 2, the people that buy consistently. 3, the people that prefer others to buy from you. Can we do that together? Number 1, the people that buy in what? Bulk. Number 2. Then number 3. How did MMM wine people here? No be referral bonus. Simple referral bonus. Don't worry me, tire. No agree. Don't worry me. You meant to point me gun and say you must do. GH, PH, GH. I said I already did PH. GH. What they were doing is they were rewarding people that, you know what it means? Do you know the value of a man who buys in bulk? Do you know his value? I have somebody, in they buy my show, my regular ticket, 20, 25, outside buying tables. Go buy 20, 25. So my show there, I will tell my staff, I'll say, Wachi, put better drink for this person, I beg. Pay attention to how this person is being served. Because in the buying bulk, I also have a particular family. Do the mic well, or am I sick? I feel they are not sick. I don't know. I think it's a mic. Can be hungry. I also have a particular man. He has been buying. Are you sure it's not from you? That light don't. Sorry. But the joy of it is that it's stressing you. You should stress you well. Go pay now well. But did it affect the screen? Check. When they off the light, I know see you go come to this. So they can see my slide. Sorry. I also have somebody, he has been buying my ticket. He has bought over 10 shows. From the days I started selling tickets, my table ticket for $250. He has been buying till this last one, where I sell only and buy 2 million. There are shows that I gave him ticket that he didn't come. He still paid for my table ticket. He said, no, we say I'll be waste money. I won't just support you. So when I get to my event, I tap my boss. I said, see, you see this person. Make sure you must reward them. As Christmas reach, if all of people will give goat and rice. You must find a way. Normal sale is you don't care. You just stay like that. No, I'm saying no. And I mean when I say no, that the people who buy in bulk, the people who buy consistently, the people who refer others, these 3 sets of people, if you value them and they do more of what they are doing, you will make more sales. Am I making sense? The slide is not up. I would have shown you something. Number 7, 2 more. I think 2 more. I'm done. Why 6? It can be 6. Let me check. Number waiting. That guy is drag book. Now you go talk that 6. You just want to drag me back. Anything to stress me. The screen has gone off again. Number 7 is this. Very workable. Emeka Nobis made me love this. Number 7. You will see it as nothing, but it will work. Try it. I have it. It works. Number 7, build your purchase community. Let me tell you how to do it. You can choose 1 or 2 platforms to do it. Me, I'm using WhatsApp. You can use Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. They've all provided options. You can create group, but instead of randomly adding people, be intentional and strategic. Please, somebody tell them that. 8. Go borderless. Now, what does it mean to go borderless? Okay, Pastor Kenny talked about it yesterday, Abi. What if this thing will be said because you pay shop for Ikuku Nigeria, your business end? What makes you feel because you have shop in Ajip Roundabout, the only place your business should be is Ajip Roundabout? The world has gone digital. People are consuming content from far. My elder brother lives in Oyibo. There are companies in the US he designs website for. They are paying him for his services. You heard when Pastor Kenny was talking yesterday. Go digital. Sales should not just be at your space. Embrace digital marketing. Try to sell to people that are far. Start to sell to people you don't know. Sell to people you don't know. Do ads. Go abnormal. This is not the days of the things we used to see before. See how you can push. Please, if it comes up the last page of the slide or the last 2 pages, that can done. Abnormal people will sell. They will not even want to. Just what you say, just stay for shop and everybody pass. You limit your prosperity if the things you are doing is just because only when we come to your shop is when we can see you and buy. Can't I see the things you sell? I want to come to your shop. My wife sells here and everything is online. And countless times people ask me, please, where's your shop? I want to come there. That's how you should stress. That's what abnormal people do. The people that are far from you, people are in UK and they are buying for my wife and we go and DHL it to them. Some of times the cost is as much as 40-something K. They will pay for the DHL. They want to buy that particular. You think they don't know some other person is selling it from there? Okay, imagine if she was not trying to go borderless. Don't cave your business. And apart from where you did, apart from where would they see? Check from that side. I just want to show you a simple thing to illustrate. Okay, you don't come up. Go to the last part. Your communication, this thing, take it outside the front of your shop and put it where several people can see. We're doing this now. People are streaming it from different parts. Go to the last part. Just take and read the end. Let me tell you something. Let me end with this because of time. Now, normal people, when people come to negotiate with you, come down small. Now, this is how we sell normally. Number one, you have a shop where we hawk our goods. Abi, a buyer comes in and the buyer say, good evening, sir. Please, how much are you selling? 120,000. The buyer say 50K. No, you come down to 100K. Next slide. Say it's 70 that I have. You say 90 last. The buyer say 80. You now say, okay, I beg, add 5K. Maybe 85. I say no, 80. You either say okay or make him go, Abi. Let me tell you how abnormal people have sell. Transaction end. This is how they say. Sometimes not having a shop or hawking our goods. We offer value and incentive and even sell online and offline. That's abnormal. Go. He said, good evening, sir. Please, how much are you saying? Say 180, but I say 150. Now this person reply. Touch this mic well. Touch this mic, oh, buyer. And he reply, say, honestly, you will enjoy buying from us. It's discounted at 120. It is top quality. Abnormal people do not just tell you price and tell you price and tell you price. While they are telling you price, they are telling you things that can touch your mind. They say it's top quality. The buyer says 70 that I have. They say 70 is far from it. If you buy it, we will offer you 6 months warranty. You will get free servicing within that period. Why in the talk is 70? The abnormal person don't tell them what is sweet in mind. You go stick on here, they will give me warranty for 6 months. They will offer me free services. Go to the next slide. He say, okay, the buyer will now say 80. You know we have given you warranty, free servicing, and we will also do delivery and installation for you. The buyer will now say 100. You are either okay with it. Find out what this abnormal person was doing. This abnormal person was not interested in just saying this amount, that amount, this amount. This abnormal seller was always adding what they would do that beyond you paying for it, other incentive you can get from it. Am I talking to someone here? stop pricing and you are negotiating people, you are not making them feel that you are going the extra miles for them. When you make them feel you're going the extra miles for them, they are willing to do extraordinary things for you. I don't know whether you get my point. See, this buyer is negotiating. In between is telling the person things. We'll give you warranty. The person the top price will do this for you. The person is still there. This normal seller can tell you, likely, possibly get the buyer to pay more. You know, we've given you warranty there. The buyer will not even move sometimes to 100K. Waiting to move the buyer, I don't want to miss this service, because if I miss her now, the other people know they give me. When I want service, I go spend this and so amount. We buy the thing, I will not suffer myself to come and deliver. We went to buy chairs for a studio somewhere here, and one person offered us free delivery. They would deliver our chairs to a studio. Immediately we hear that free delivery, my guy was interested, because delivery would have cost us extra 10 or 15K. You get my point. While you are negotiating with people, try in a way to communicate that they can see that you care about them, that you want to make them happy, that you are selling an experience, that you will value them. Stop selling and the only thing coming from your mouth, now how much? The amount. Move beyond the amount and get into the point where you are telling them, I mount for you. I am here for you. I will be here for you. You can meet me anytime. I will do this for you. Am I talking to someone in this place? If I'm talking to someone, say, I add your name. I will sell abnormally. I will not sell normally. Say, I will sell abnormally. Say, Keo Baba, you are making point, and I will keep to it. Mommy, what did you call me? Okay. Did you get value this afternoon? Did I make sense? Please give yourself a round of applause. We've come to the end of this section today. Now, tomorrow, please, if I have a chance to talk to you, I will talk to you on the power of social proof. Yesterday, I defined what social proof is, Abi. Now, I will tell you like 7 ways you can use social proof to boost your business. But ladies and gentlemen, I beg you, do not just hear. You cannot apply everything somebody tells you. You understand? Sometimes you need to pick one or pick two, add the 1 or 2. Where it is senseless is when you pick nothing. So for picking nothing, you just came and nothing will change. So pick one. Do I have people say, I will try it, I will apply something? Yeah, thank you. God bless you. And the beauty of it is, you don't need to come back and give me tithe. Yes. Question. I don't like to answer question. Una does the suffer person. Please bring the mic. Question. After now, my friend will just come talk to you on how to build, start, and grow an agro business. This young man started this business. Okay, I went for a conference. And then I bought his palm oil. And then label, the name sounds familiar. I didn't know that. Now, somebody who I know, I didn't get the palm oil. Please.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much for this session. My name is Kelvin. Okay, I run Nana Sakai, a quick service restaurant at US.
Are you Kelvin Nira?
Kelvin Nari, yes.
Nari?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So there was this particular customer. Usually, if you're paying via transfer, you pay and send receipts before we deliver your food. So he said he was having network issues, but he was really hungry. And so we delivered the food to him. Started calling him. And then he complained that he has sent a receipt. He actually sent a receipt, but the receipt he sent, the transaction did not go through. And I tried to point it out to him. Instead, he started quarreling us, telling us to come over to F&G and take the money ourselves and all this kind of stuff. It was too much for me. I just had to block him. And since then, he's not been ordering from us. Sometimes he tries to order through someone, and if I notice that it's him, we don't take his calls, we don't sell him food at all again. But listening to you yesterday, from all these sales master classes, I don't know if what I did was wrong, or I don't know. How do you handle such situations?
So even your conscience, they blame you.
He insulted us.
No. Let me say this, please. I don't even want to go with customers are always right, but I want to look at the sales potentials. You understand? You reminded me something now. I'll tell a lady complained. No, we have a delivery bike. There's a particular thing she did. So he said, you're getting agree, take my call later. I want other delivery bike. And I asked her what happened. She explained. I said, don't worry, I will talk to her. And in my head, I was saying, this girl don't know how much she don't make us lose. Because if she pays 1.5 for her delivery, and she said for 1 month she has been calling, and she delivers like 3-4 every day because you are angry, that means she has been losing 4,000 every day. So I want you to look at it from that angle. Now, there's what is called emotional intelligence. Yes, you were angry, you felt insulted, but do you think, or are you thinking that that's the best way to handle that? I think this German principle where they say when a soldier is angry, they don't allow you to write a petition till 48-72 hours. They believe that your anger now, if you write, if you talk with you, no one talk. If you tell commander, go to hell. Because commander was there, he didn't even say anything. But when you stay for 48 hours to 72 hours, you will not write. Instead of saying, commander, go to hell, say, I approached commander, but he didn't listen to me. So I give you the same principle. When you are angry with a customer, give yourself 24, 48 hours. And go back to the same incident, your approach will be different. I've experienced, I went to negotiate one job, man. You see insult. Now me they tell myself, I bet this one knows I drive come. Because the guy seemed to be justice. See the way they talk, are you sure this? Are you sure this? The man very rude. So I finished, I told the event planner, anytime this family have occasion, don't call me. Even if he's the only client, I don't want to work for him. So the woman was trying to explain something. I left. Next time they didn't call me, I go. So blocking a customer is wrong, except you know the person is fraudulent. But if it's somebody genuinely that can pay you, give yourself some hours, approach the issue. Especially now they call you. Now, this is the best way to communicate to the customer, and then you push the deal to them. This kind of guy, he calls you the next time, he says, sir, you want this one, this one, this one. Okay, sir. I know the last time we had this thing, I didn't feel happy with you. But instead of getting angry, I'm going to reward you with better service. I'll add 1 extra meat for you. Simply because you made me angry, and simply because I want you, from this point, our relationship to be smoother. And in a better time, we can talk about it. This kind of person will respect you the most, than you blocking the person. Now that you block that guy, what if other people would have been buying from him by now? You get my point? Simple. I want to hear that you've unblocked him. They do him now. Leave your pride. I want to hear that you've unblocked him. I don't want to ask you, call him immediately you unblocked him. It's still going to be bad business. Keep your options open. Please, if he calls you, answer. Take his call. You get me? If he tries to revisit that, no, sir, I forget you're a customer. I've forgotten about it. Instead, I'm going to give you better meal and reward you. But I didn't like your attitude for these reasons. But I felt you were not having a good day. He will respect you the more. I'm not saying unblock him and call him. No. I want you to unblock him, keep the options open. If he calls you, serve him. These people who don't get problem before, when one has begin do business, then they respect you past. Because they don't offend you for no offense. This ones whenever offend you, they pick over. The way they will tell you thunder fire. Instead of saying thunder fire you, now your mama will say me thunder fire. What happened to me? Talk to me, abuse me, leave my mama. Yes, guys, I've watched football. One boy was quarreling one of our match with another guy. The guy was telling thunder fire, and the guy was serious. They struggle to separate them for fire. In reason, now mama where this boy say me thunder fire. When him and me, they argue, he leave me, they abuse my mama. What if my mama die because of that talk? So, Kevin, unblock, are you hearing me? Don't call him because you've unblocked him. Don't call him. Even if you want to even talk to this kind of people, send broadcast and make it reach them. Maybe like send a broadcast, no be you. Make you deal with your send a broadcast message. Because if I say this guy don't unblock me. Yes, please take note. Next question. Okay. Mama, come and use my own. Oh, she also call Usher. I did just, you know, Sabi on mic. I did sure. I better give her. Do you know who I am? You cannot on mic, madam.
Thank you, sir. I've listened to your lectures, but there is something that is bothering me. If I apply some of these principles and I get stuck, how do I get an handout as a referral to read and gain more? If I would appreciate it if you can really.
Mama, I will not give you. I don't have.
Please, you don't have.
I won't give you.
Oh, please.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if I write book with this thing, you will not buy.
I will buy.
We know now. Don't make people buy book food their house. Some people move, Papa, I like the message today. I was just imagining if you package this message and put in a book, the Papa will go print 1,000 copies. The day of book launch, now 13 members go buy. Go past some pastor's room, you go see books, see everywhere. It is that they don't get that people make their right among. Then just come church. I have 2,000 members, 1,000 copies. If then 500 people buy, I will not print another one. They don't even answer the pastor self. Oh, I'm telling you the truth. You will not buy, Mama. I know you. No, yesterday I did something very simple. I gave you people a WhatsApp group. And I said, send a link to that WhatsApp group. Funny enough, only about 20-something persons, or even less than that, 20-something, yes. And there were about 100 persons around. Yeah. What happened? If you send hi, they send you a link, you join. On that WhatsApp group, once a week or once in 2 weeks, what they do normally for the WhatsApp group is either I bring my friends to teach, and most of the things we do there are for free. Most things we do there. Then most times when I also have paid events or my friends have, I drop it there for some people. They register from there. That's what best I can do. But all this write book now live, I know now. Some of them I even go use and the boost. Now me tell me right, I don't buy. Please, the last one. No, Faith, you too. They ask question. I let this man talk.
Hi, everybody. My name is Felix. Fisa, I need your help. In a way, I'm an entrepreneur. And I've had occasions to relate with some people who run loan schemes. Now, the issues we've had with people who apply for loans, a lot of them have the monies to pay, but won't want to pay.
Yes.
So, under that kind of situation, what incentives do you put in place to ensure that they pay, or how do you manage that kind of situation? I ask for your advice, please. Thank you.
So people will no one pay for the loan. That's what you mean. I have to make them pay.
How do you manage that kind of situation
Well, this is not a sales question. It's a wicked people question. Because you want to hear wicked things now. You don't carry wicked people question. Come they ask me. Now these things are they like. So because I will tell you, say deal with them.
No, sir.
What if I'm owing you? What if I'm owing you in your loan app now? I can't advise you. I reach out, I can't see message. We are due to the advice that we received today. We've changed our approach. And we've consulted a native doctor. I don't advise you to go choke me. But I want to be very honest with you. That the issues with loan, now, I don't know how some of you are too liberal. Like, you set up your system in a way that it is appealing, and you are also considering the business part. I have seen one like that. I shocked. They say, put only your phone number. That somebody can even change. Even if you do a loan this thing in this Nigeria and tell people, put your INN, put your international passport, put your mama face, somebody go still borrow that money. So why are you that you want the response, you want your traffic to be too high, and that traffic when it's, listen, high traffic most times is a trap. I don't know if you know. So traffic is too high, it turns to a trap. So if I want to advise you, I'll basically say this. You need to have a recovery team that is very, very active. We are used to it now. You get one way they come to do and go, just my friend, he sent me something, they laugh. Say then post in a obituary picture. So as he sent me the thing, come tell me, say, you see these people, they post my obituary picture because 18,000. So at last you don't die now. Tell them like that. Now the boy replied, I say, this one I don't die, who go pay now? Oh God. So please, I beg you, I need you to remodel the system in such a way that people must pay. And it should be connected to their account so there can be deduction. So most times they avoid their account. I told you something about FlexiPay. In FlexiPay form, they will tell you that if you take the appliances, after you pay 50% of the money, they will send you your goods. If you stop paying or omit to pay, because of the way you carry fill the form, where you put your NIN, your referee put your own NIN, and you do everything, they will tell, it's written there that they will come with police. They will tell you. And the cost of the police also can be added to your bill. That's how they stated it in their form. So that go they do. So please remodel your system, make it strict. No matter how strict, there is somebody that will still collect it. There is an honest person that know if you meet this thing, not be just to put this information, not be just to connect them to my salary account. Yes. Also, you can do your loan. If you don't have a salary account, do not take my loan. And they get proof from the company that is their salary account. If they get that letter of proof, screenshot it and post. It works for you. If they also put in a shorty, this one people used to abstract number, send us fake shorty. Says so took loan. You say you are a shorty. One time he said I'm a shorty. I said, but I don't worry yourself. Already they short. So you go move me. You cannot come and threaten me with shorty, a short person. Now I be shorty, now so then they call me. So it will not move me. Make sure that in this case, do your loan that your shorty is different. It's not how Carbon will do it. Carbon, you go do live video, your face go show. And upload the 10 seconds video. Would they see you now? You they collect. We don't check your NIN. We don't check 2, 3, 4 document. Shows you now your face be that as a day. Even at that, people will delay you, but the rate should be. So remodel the system, I beg. It will be very helpful for you to remodel. Because if you go out of business, you also need loan to come back to that business. Please, because of time, that's the last I'm going to take. Please, let me call the WhatsApp number again. You want to join my WhatsApp? For serious people, sometimes with the whole 0816, I think that's the number. My brain has a bit cram. I don't know why I never cram this number. 0816-541-6359. 0816-541-6359. That's the number. Now, if you send hi, tell this guy hi. I want to sell abnormally. They will send you a link to join. But right now, I'm not responding to the link to finish this conference. My first post will likely be on Wednesday. And so we hold class, and our class are sales related. We talk 3 things mostly on that group. 4 things, okay, sales, marketing, growth, cash flow management, and motivation. And most of the things are free. Most of it is for free. How many of you got value? If you got value, please put your hands together for yourself. Thank you. So very quick tonight, we will just hit it back to back. I'd like to bring on stage in few minutes the very important information. I want to bring my friend. He's an entrepreneur, and of course, I appreciate that. Dave Melford. Some of our panelists are already here. I know say now I'll be go come late. Pride, that girl, pride. Wow. I just know say she go come late. People wait for her, your colleague with pride, just because she's tall. So please let me invite this wonderful entrepreneur. We were talking to us briefly on how to start and grow the agro business in a few minutes. Please put your hands together as I invite my friend, my brother, Ikechukwu Amajiye. Please clap for him. And I want to appreciate him ahead of time for accepting to do this for me. God bless you. I just call him, please come and teach these people so and so and so. And just accept. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. It's not an interesting topic normally, so I expect that the anticipation will be very low. But again, you'll be amazed at what you will hear at the end of the day. My name is Ikechukwu Kingsley. For introduction, once again, I run KR Foods. We are an integrated palm oil processing company with presence now in 6 cities across Nigeria and footprints in the diaspora market. So we add value as well to byproducts from palm oil. It's a very interesting commodity, by the way. It finds application in various industries. So that is a bit about myself. At my free time, during my free time, I find time to talk to people to get more young people involved in agriculture, in agribusiness rather. And one would ask, what's the difference? Agriculture is that thing you were told growing up. You till the ground, you put some seeds in the ground, it grows, you guys have corn to eat, and then all of a sudden there's no corn again because it's out of season, and then you wait another cycle. That is agriculture. But agribusiness is quite different. Agribusiness is the business of agriculture. And what does that mean? It means that agriculture has a value chain. From putting a seed in the ground to having a product. For those of you that might have a question or two about what my product looks like, this is what the brand looks like. So I'll walk you through the journey of having this in stores. So there's a seed, right? And someone sells that seed. Someone sells fertilizer to fertilize those seeds. That is a business on its own. There's someone who owns a truck whose job it is to bring the fruits from the farm to the processing site. There is a fabricator who fabricates machines. A separate business. There is a content creator that creates content. Something like this. There is a digital marketer that promotes the brand. There is a videographer who does our documentary. So you can check on YouTube, KR Foods documentary, walks you through the entire process. It has done over 31,000 views, organic views to date in less than 2 years. So someone did that, and that's also part of our value chain. So when people hear about agriculture, they think it's about agribusiness rather. They think it's tilling the ground. You can offer value or service, or offer value in terms of product or service across the agribusiness value chain. I want to be sure I'm not talking to myself. Are we all together? Okay. Now, you will ask, as a young person, how can you get into agribusiness? What is the skill you have? Most people here, there are developers. We have a website, so it was done by someone. The person is in the agribusiness value chain, but the person is not a farmer, right? There's a content creator. The person is not a farmer, but the person is in agribusiness. So when we talk of agribusiness, it's all encompassing. There are many things across that value chain that you can find value in. Now, I will draw an inference from what K.O. said about marketing. You see, when you, as a business person, when you dwell so much on negotiating price, pricing is a conversation you have absent of value. Money is the reward for the value that you exchange. Now, to illustrate that, we identified a gap in the market for healthy palm oil. Most of what you find are adulterated and are not traceable. Then we set out to solve that problem. We tested the market, we validated the market, and we launched out. Our product is SON certified, it's NAFDAC certified, we are registered with NEPC, and we are currently processing our FDA to enable us shelf in the US. Now, we've done all of this, and one would ask, is too much? Like, you've done so much, how do I start as a young person? I would say, look for that thing that you know how to do and offer that value to somebody that is in the value chain. If you know someone that has a product, and I would say this with a disclaimer, we're always so caught up with the idea of owning something. Trust me, collaboration is a better option for you. So I've had people meet me, oh, we want you to give us your product, then we can package in 25 liters, and then we package in our brand. And I look at it, I'm like, as you said that thing, does it even make sense to you? But I'll have a conversation with you if you say, oh, okay, you have people in this set community not like a rural place now, but a geographical space where people are gathered here, and you say you can get the product to them, and you want to get it from me at a discounted price, then I can have a conversation with you. Are you in the agribusiness sector? Yes. So to circle back to the main thing, agribusiness. There's this popular skit. It says it's doing like this, it's doing like this, it's doing like this. That's how the Nigerian Naira is doing right now against any international financial instrument, whether it's the dollar, the Canadian dollar, the UK pounds, the euro, any. In fact, even some African currencies are even using us to shine. Why is that? Because we have a production problem. We consume more than we produce. Look at any value chain, just choose any agricultural value chain. You can easily see that Nigeria is a top producer, at least in the top 10 tier of every agricultural commodity. But we are not in the top 10 or even the top 20 of the most agro-commodity exporting nations. Pineapple, we are not there. Yam, we are the biggest producer, but Ghana is the biggest exporter of yam. And you ask a question, why is it like this? It's because we have for too long neglected the agribusiness. So I came here as an evangelist to invite us all, in one way or the other, to apply our skills and talents to help grow the agribusiness. Remember what I started with? I said, you don't have to be a farmer to be in the agribusiness space. Then that takes me to another point before I start to round up. I don't know how many minutes I have left. I don't know if all of us have noticed this, a pattern. We have one family member or friend that has gone. He's gone to the UK, gone to Canada, gone to has jackpot, as we say now. And then we go to church and we say, God, when? I'm not part of that. I don't say God when. In fact, I feel all of you should just go. You know why? We all, with the flight into those diaspora markets, we are creating a satellite market for Nigerian products. You see a lot of foreigners today are consuming Nigerian entertainment. That has been made possible because of the diaspora communication. So you are in a UK class, and then you have friends, and you play an African sound, and they are like, oh, this is dope. Play it again. Who is this? They search, and Burna Boy is performing, selling out arenas. That has been made possible because of the vibrant diaspora market that we have. Then we can extend that to the agro-commodity sector. So you know people that have gone out of this country. You can identify a farmer in a rural community. You can help add value to what they do, create a market for them, and for yourself as well, where you can package what they produced and find a market, a niche for that product in the diaspora market. We have to find a way to start earning in foreign currency to hedge our funds against devaluation. Trust me, if you had ₦1 million a couple of years back, that's a little less than 250,000 with the way we are going. So that's an opportunity on its own. So I've mentioned a plethora of opportunities, provide value to people who own agricultural brands. That's one way. Find a market to export your products to, and you can even get into it yourself. Can even get into farming yourself. But the advantage that you have is that you'll be getting into it with knowledge. I am an avid preacher of the need for us to improve agro productivity. I was supposed to be here earlier, but I had another engagement at the National Export Promotion Council. I went there. I was invited by the regional director to present my product and this brochure that you see. They just recently opened an export warehouse in Dubai, and they want some Nigerian products to get there. So that was what took me to that event. Now, you would say, okay, it has taken me 5 years to get here. So when you hear this story, don't think it's just a walk in the park, and it's very tough. You see shege. But in the midst of the shege is also rewarding. Now, for you to come in now, you are coming in with a lot of advantage. You go to YouTube, you can easily find information about any sector, any value chain you want to get into. Then you ask, how do I get in? The first thing that people think of is you need the funding. But funding is the last thing you need. I also fell for that. I thought funding was the first thing I needed. Then I got a loan. Then I started, and the loan went bad. I had the brevity to approach the bank and tell them that, see, this business that we all did business plan and plenty projection, the business have scattered, that we don't have money again. And then we had to restructure and then did a lot of things. But that was in the past. That same business has gone on to raise angel investments, and currently, in the market to raise a VC fund, a VC funding, and that is because I retraced my steps and tried to identify the gaps in knowledge that I needed to fill for me to be successful as a brand. So I think in identifying agri opportunities, we also need to identify that there are knowledge gaps that needs to be filled. I've said, we have a diaspora market that we need to capture. But you need to ask yourself, what are the knowledge gaps that you need to fill? I'm currently doing an export training with multiple organizations. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. And all in a bid to acquaint myself with the requisite knowledge to enable me do the business and do it successfully. So I enjoin all of us in our own different capacity with our skill sets that we can offer. Let us get into the agribusiness value chain one way or the other and help our country grow. The program is Think, Make, and Grow Niger. So for us to get out of this financial economic quagmire we found ourselves, we need to produce what we eat. And one presidential aspirant, kept re-echoing that thought. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court has ruled, and all of that debate and this thing has come to rest. But what that person projected is what we are seeing now, that if we fail to produce what we eat, we will find ourselves in a worse situation than we found ourselves right now. It can only get worse from here if we continue to do things the way we are doing them. But if you are patriotic enough, you would find that agribusiness value chain is easily the most profitable value chain. I mean, outside oil, it contributes about 23% to our GDP and employs over 30% of the workforce. We want to make the quality of the work provided in the agribusiness space better. And that can happen with young people like you and myself applying our innovation and creativity to make agribusiness more profitable and more rewarding for everyone. Thank you very much.
Okay, we can't do a topic like this without questions. Yes, okay. How many persons? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay, let's do that.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Ebuke. My questions are, at the point at which you were giving your lectures, there were some questions you asked, and I was waiting for the answers, but it seems you deviated. But now, just to bring you back, this question is, if we want to start the agribusiness,
Okay.
and you made mention that money should be the last.
Okay.
So, but you failed to give us the first, the second, on the steps we have to take before the money part. So, in those steps, apart from going to the YouTube to know how to go this, what are the practical steps we can take that if you want to, let's take a case study of yam. You want to export yam from Nigeria to the UK, to the US. What are the practical steps you can take if money is not going to be the first, if funding is not going to be the first?
Okay, thank you very much. I thought I did justice to it, but apologies if there was an omission somehow. So, first, there's a knowledge gap you need to understand. First, you ask yourself, why is Nigeria the biggest producer of yam and Ghana is the biggest exporter of yam? So there are compliance issues. You've heard that Nigeria sent out beans and some other agro-commodities, even yam, and they went bad. So we don't have storage infrastructures that allows for mostly shipping if they have to stay upwards of 30 days, and because of the bureaucratic bottlenecks, you have to find a way around that. That's the first thing. And there's a certification called Global Gap. There are very few farms in Nigeria that have Global Gap. And then the agricultural practices that exist today is such that there's no traceability. So if you have a yam seedling today, do you know the origin of that yam? Can you date it back to when it was produced? You find that our fathers would have a tuber of yam. They now say, oh, no, let's not eat everything, let's reserve. Or you now cut the yam and now remain small head. No. And then you now plant that. No, you plant first generation seeds and then phase them out, I think, after 5 generations for certain specific. Yeah. Then about how to start. First, you acquire the requisite knowledge. You do something called market validation. You have friends in the US that you want to get into the US market through their channel. You ask them, see, this yam, I want to bring it into the UK, into the US. So what are the laws, compliance laws, aside these ones that I already know? they tell you. If it's FDA or anything, whatever it is, then you find out. Can you find a farm that has global gap, if global gap is the required the certification, compliance you need? If that farm has a global gap certification, can you buy from them? If you cannot buy from them, can you link them to this market? Can you sell to this market at a commission? That is one way to look at it. Then you've proven that this market exists. And then you can actually tell them to buy on pre-order. Pre-order at a discounted rate. So you can use their money to buy. Now, when there is an evidence that you have been exporting, you can go to your banker and say, okay, this is where I am, this is where I want to be. I have so order, and I know that it's building up. So as it's building up like that, it means that there's a convincing market. You validated that market, and it is time for you to scale. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is one business that I've been thinking about over time. My siblings are in Canada, and they don't eat anything that is not Nigeria. And I know how much they keep sending for us to get them food every 6 months, every 3 months. So the other day she called and said, I want tiger nut. And at that time, there was no one to send it over to her. And I know how much they spend to send these things. And I asked myself, what if I'm the one doing this business? I don't have to move these things every time to Lagos so they can be able to send it to Canada every time for them. And it's something really, really I want to get. I don't know if I have to meet you to get into this business.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Well, of course that can happen. But just to address it, you've already identified a market. Yes. You have people and they have friends, yes. Right? Now, why is she buying in Nigeria? So I have 2 younger ones. They are now in the UK. I have cousins, I have friends all in the UK, and they keep saying, they will even take snapshots. They'll be like, okay, I bought this palm oil for £6 and it's trash. Get your palm oil into UK now. What's going on? And then I said, okay, so if I get palm oil into the UK, you guys are not buying bulk, so it doesn't make business sense for me. Then they said, but we cook with other ingredients. Let's do a pack. Now, they got a few of their friends, and those friends, placed their order. Now we are sending the first shipment in November. And then with just 1 or 2 bottles in each of the individual orders. What that does is to open a channel for us that, okay, see you, if you like our product enough and you want to see it in shelves in supermarkets, help us to pitch the product to African food stores around you. When they place their bulk, you're able to get it in shops at an affordable rate. Trust me, your money is in people. Your money is in people, in the interactions that you make. So, if you have a valuable product that addresses the pain of a customer, trust me, they will go to any length to help you. And I will share a personal story. I know a woman that we started our brand, we conceived the idea. I want to also mention briefly that I talked to my mentor about it. And the lesson from this is that your mentor can be wrong sometimes. He said, there are many companies have tried the field. I said, I'll try it. And then we tried, we exhibited at a show, we got rave reviews, and we launched. We got grants, we were able to expand, and then someone that I met at the exhibition tasted the oil, and then reached out later that she took a bottle to her in-law. The in-law is a major importer, a major distributor for Okomo, arguably the biggest palm oil brand in Nigeria. Is publicly traded and doing billions in revenue monthly. So he said to me, oh, young man, you are Igbo, and I'd want to work with you. Just that bottle of palm oil got me 11,000 units in a single order to Jos. So I've said this to say that your money is in people and you already have the people. So you need to find a way to monetize this opportunity because they have a demand gap and you are the one aggregating these things from here and sending to them. So there's a business around it. So I'll be able to introduce you to a community of people that can support you. They have agro commodities that you can buy from and, everybody is happy at the end of the day. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. While speaking, you said you talked about obtaining a loan from the bank,
Yeah.
and it went bad, and you had to go back to the bank to tell them that the loan is bad. Personally, I'd like to hear the story from there, and to know how you went about getting the angel investors that you talked about. So that's the first part. The other part is, in as much as you've said we should go to places like YouTube and social media to learn before we chase funding or get funds and all of that. I think that in some cases or in some aspects, you use more of esoteric terms. So I wouldn't mind if you can give more relatable terms on the fifth generation and the global gap and the rest of them you talked about. Thank you.
Okay. So I spoke to a specific question he asked about yam. So for my industry is RSP, Roundtable for Sustain. So for every value chain there is a compliance that you have to meet, just like you have NAFDAC. Now, so that we don't limit ourselves in terms of our search for knowledge, YouTube is not the only channel. You can source information even from your peers, get into focus groups in the place you're in, any sector you're interested in, and then you can grow it from there. Then about that story, you will pay because it's a blockbuster movie waiting to happen. So I took the loan just like they told us that you write a business plan. These days when I consult for people, they say, okay, write a business plan for me. I say, no, I don't even do business plan, and nobody should even write your business plan for you. What I do is a business model canvas, and then walk you through the customer identification journey, and that's it. So we didn't do all of that. We learned the hard way. We lost all that money, although there were some unrealistic conditions to it. Bank of Industry is the bank, but a very great partner they've been. So when we lost all that money, made all those mistakes, we learned from the mistakes, but we had the scar of the loan that we had to repay. But remember what I told you, that money is the reward you get for an exchange of value. At the time when we took the loan, we were just producing palm oil to sell in 25-liter jerry cans. There's no extra value in that. So when we conceived the idea of the brand, we tied a story to it. So Sudan fodder is the primary ingredient used to adulterate palm oil and it's cancerous. I lost my dad to cancer, and it was my inspiration to try to solve that problem for a lot of people. And because I identified it as a problem that many people had, people could easily relate to that problem, and then it helped them to identify my brand as a solution. That does not mean that you just take anything and just slam a logo and a packaging to it and it starts selling. No. You have to identify a problem and solve that problem. And I said, that is the value that people pay you for. So it was at the point where we had that we started getting traction. One of the tractions we got was to get into a pitch competition where we won a grant, and with the grant we were able to expand. What we did was to go back to the Bank of Industry and told them that, we don't have the money to pay you yet, shall let it just be piling up, but we'll know how to reconcile later. But that we have a business that is not going to die. we will defer this payment and renegotiate on it. You don't run away from a bad credit. They will chase you. They will find you. So we did that. We got that recognition. We got invited by the Office of the Vice President to speak at a literation tour that had about 5 governors in the Southeast. Ebuka of Big Brother and now, introduced me, and that was it. And then I was nominated for Excellence in Agriculture, National MSME Awards as Aso Villa. With all of this exposure came new networks, new people. I was meeting new people that became customers. And those people have not just been customers, they've been family as well. One of my biggest distributors, my biggest market, you can hardly find my product in Port Harcourt, sorry. But my biggest market is in Lagos. And one of my biggest customers just recently relocated to Canada. And because we have grown, she has become a fan. And that is where you want to get your product or service to, the point where your customer becomes a fan. She is positioning the brand now in that market. So to round up that question, keep delivering value. You'll come out of any struggle that you are in as a business. Thank you.
Thank you. Don't worry. That person doesn't have a farm. Please put your hands together for my friend Ike. How many of you got value? Thank you so much. What a loaded conference. And it's important. Okay, so I thought of this. I think I should do it now. I've told you, despite what you've been hearing. On Sunday, I would like to, one of my proteges will be hosting a comedy show at Asni Theatre. Asni Theatre is just this street. And I know that, you're welcome. I know that some of you have done so well trying to learn. So I want to give you free ticket. It's 3,000, but I'm giving you for free. I have 20. No, I'm not giving for free. Somebody is paying for 10. So if you know you have the willingness to attend a comedy show on Sunday, hands up. I want to give you by myself. Are you sure you will come? I'm giving you one so that when you come with person, you buy one. Asni Theatre. What shall I take? Mama, you know go come. Choosing it, not be choosing it. Mother, I will go revival. So when I just the house up. When you come, self, you never reach 8 o'clock. When I will rush, go sitting, go lock on a passage. You know go come. You know go come. Nah, no. You want to give your husband. Do you know if I'm jealous? Oh, sorry. Somebody is paying for 10, but I'm giving her 20 now. Thank you. You know, I must give you. You're my man. When I try to sit down for front too. You know, go come. What is it? Yeah. Papa, you need them. Now, you've been learning all week, so it's important for you to just Sunday by 6 p.m., 7 p.m., just come out and laugh and enjoy yourself. Don't be, most of you have been here all week. Is there anybody like that here? Yes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes, so you deserve it. I'd like to call the host of this section and some of the most intelligent persons in this city. You'll be listening to them now. I'm not happy that Obi is part of this panel. I feel so disappointed that they put my enemy to come and show wisdom. Now, you saw that my friend there, this fine girl, is now the wife. Now me arrange the husband for her. Yes, me. I told my friend, I saw her. She posted picture on Facebook. She was looking tired and hungry. I said, "Child, this one go die." You. I said, my friend, I beg this girl. If you marry him, I go add money. I now add money. We marry. Since then, see pride. Ladies and gentlemen, please, our host for this section, Ma Yowa, as he will be coming to host the section. He will bring the panelists, and I promise you so much depth and wisdom.
Thank you so much, Gail. Good evening once again, everybody. I'm in your faces again. What's in my head now is I'm not the blind, but I'm the what? Okay. Anyway, so this section is a bit difficult for me, but I'll try my best because when I saw the lineup, I got terrified. Wait and we'll ask them. The one you ask them one now, they'll remind you of the journey so far. Actually, one of my mentors is even part of the panelists. So am I supposed to put her in a box? But it is well. God will help me. And I trust you people, you'll be on my side, right? Are you sure? Is that a promise? Don't let them hear. Is that a promise? All right, thank you. I got you. All right, so we'll go right into the next section, which is the panel section, where we have three amazing personalities in the house who would share insight on transmedia storytelling, especially for small businesses. As always, speakers at this event have been intentionally handpicked. You know, if you've been here all week long, you realize that besides money, it takes a lot to bring people like this to speak with you. Just picture that you paid for this conference. Put an amount in your head by yourself on the basis of value. Then you realize what you are getting for absolutely free. Absolutely free. Why don't we put a round of applause, give a round of applause to the organizers? And at that point, I will chant, Make in Nigeria Conference 2023. Make in Nigeria Conference 2023. No, some persons have not eaten. Make in Nigeria Conference 2023. Thank you so much. And without any further ado, I'll make welcome in no particular order. First, Mr. Jerry Nah, who is a photographer and a software developer. Please make your way. Anywhere, it's fine. Okay, maybe this way, so the lady stays in the middle. All right. Next to that, a particular person the Bible says is not worthy to tie or untie the lace of the Savior's shoes. She's my mentor. I can't miss her name for anything. Right? So I don't know if I'm even worthy to introduce this person, but despite how shy I can get, I'll try to put up a bold front as we make welcome Mrs. Obi Ivy Fakai.
Thank you.
They said you are welcome. You know, I can't tell you that by myself. She's actually my mentor, by the way, in this thing I'm doing, just so you know. And the last on my list, but definitely not the least, we have Mr. Dave Melford. Please join us upstage, sir. You have a nice jacket on, by the way. All right. Our assignment is simple. It's supposed to be tough, but looking at the people we have here, it definitely becomes really easy. We're talking about storytelling, transmedia storytelling, especially for small businesses. Because many of us here are either business owner, aspiring business owners, or just thinking of what to do, right? So we're looking at how to brand ourselves. We're looking at how to push ourselves out there in the faces of the people without necessarily constituting a nuisance or being boring to them. So with your wealth of experience, I would like us to share. Usually I would say we give them an idea of where we belong, but I think at this point we will tweak things a bit. So we'll start from you, sir. You introduce yourself definitely again, properly to them, then tell us a bit about transmedia storytelling. Thank you, sir.
Check.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Hello, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My name is Jerry. I wasn't thinking I was going to start since we have OBIV here. But then, my name is Jerry. I'm a lot of things. a photographer, a graphic designer, an animator, a web developer, a cinematographer, and I'm not sure what else I don't do. But the thing is, I'm known for photography because that is more visual. And with photography, I think I've met quite a lot of people. And that's what I'm known for. But then, when I got the call late last night about being on the panel today, it was a bit scary because I wasn't sure what I was going to say, seeing the likes of who I have here. But then, from my perspective, before I start, like the topic implies, transmedia storytelling. There are two words here, but I'm going to start by having you guys watch a 2-minute clip. Since we're talking storytelling, sometimes it's visual, sometimes it's verbal, right? Sometimes you just see still images, and those still images, which are pictures, are able to tell the story. Other times we have videos. Do you agree with me? So very quickly, we're just going to channel our attention to the screen. If our guys can just play us what I gave.
Media, please.
Please confirm you can see behind me. If you don't mind, let's add the sound, please, if that's possible.
Really? Yes! We're having a baby boy! Really? Yes! We're having a baby boy! Girl. Boy. Girl. Boy. Girl. Boy. Girl. Boy. Sure, will never be away from you. No. Guys, I've got amazing news for you. No. For the good news to fall on me, finally. See us happiness don't find me. Guys, I really need to tell you something. Don't worry. Bye-bye. It has come to stay. Which one is mine? All 8 of them. How many of them are girls?
Get 8 times the value of every recharge, plus 1,000 Naira sign-up
pay
bonus
attention to the
and
screen
double data with Airtel over Jara when you buy.
Second video, please. 1 more minute, please. Just 1 more. The next video. I think most of you have seen this particular clip. But let's just... And it's not English. It's not English. So read the subtitle.
ありがとう。神様、一生のお願いです。神様。そなたの望みを一つだけ叶えてあげよう。助かった。20歳の肌にしてください。え？20歳の肌になるエステワム。
This is the last one, please. Look at the legs under the table.
You can't choose her boyfriend, but you can choose your table.
Now the table is transparent.
Choice. Arriving 16 November.
Thank you. All right, so back to...
Those videos can speak for themselves.
Exactly. I don't think I even have to say anything else. You get my point, yeah? Now, transmedia storytelling. transferring from one form of media to another. That's transmedia. Storytelling, we all know what storytelling is. Now, the niche here is with respect to businesses and brands, correct?
Yes, sir.
We have adverts and we have storytelling. Now, if you go by the definition of what transmedia storytelling is, it's using pictures, image, text to emotionally capture your client, customer, fan base. Now, you're not saying, I have this, come and buy. I'm doing this, come and take. You're saying, I understand what you're going through. I understand where you're coming from. Do you understand? You key into their story, you key into their identity as a person or as a group of people, and then once you're able to capture them from that perspective, only then can you be able to connect with them and sell to them. Everybody's out there selling. The economy is crazy enough. The 9 to 5 is, something people are really usually struggling with, are often struggling with. So every single person is always, or on the side have a business or a side hustle or something. Do you understand? So everybody's selling. So I can't even go on to tell you how much of a competition we're all in. But the question is, how are you selling? What are you selling? How are people seeing what you're selling? How do you get these things into people's faces? You can't carry, like they say, carry your market on your head, but you can't carry your market on your head, right? You have to carry it through social media platforms, through visual communication. We have pictures, we have videos, we have all sorts. Now, how to make these images, how to make these pictures connect to the people you're looking to sell or give your services to is what transmedia storytelling is. But then if you go deeper into it, it's almost like moving from one media to the other. There are some very huge companies that have harnessed this idea of transmedia storytelling. Marvel, for example, DC Comic, Harry Potter, and I think we have movie lovers here. And then we have those other crazy set of people who read novels first, right? Before watching the movies, correct? I'm sorry to say, but you're not on my friend list. Why is that? Because I'm watching Game of Thrones, and I'm trying to get to this episode, and you're telling me, that person died. What's your business? If I wanted to read the book, I would have read the book. But I'm watching the movie, I love the suspense. So let me get there in peace. But some of them are very impatient. But what am I saying here? They took the script from the book. The book is a form of media, right? That's one form. Translated that into a script. It then became a movie. One storyline, in-depthly harnessed enough to move from one form of media to the other. So not to take too much time, I would still come back to this, but I'll allow my people jump on this as well. But from what we just saw on the screen and a little, surface introduction of what transmedia story is to me as a photographer and a content creator, I think I can pass it on to my boss lady here.
All right, please, Obi Ivy Fakai, please take on.
This one, the battery's like.
It's all right.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Obi Ivy Fakai, and I am a radio presenter. I'm also an events host. I am a teens coach. I'm an etiquette trainer, and a few other things on the side. So when I think about transmedia storytelling, and I'll just borrow a bit from the first clip that we saw, where the man and the woman realized that they were going to have a baby. And then they got a chance to know what to expect. But you remember when the sonographer was trying to let them know whether it was a boy or a girl, and they closed their ears, they didn't want to hear. When it got to another scan appointment, and they were going to perhaps tell them that you are expecting multiples, they still didn't want to hear. Now, can you imagine if they had heard that they were expecting 8 children? If they had allowed the doctor to speak to them. What do you imagine would have happened? They would have prepared, right? Who
Better
else?
preparation.
Mental preparation. What else? Preparation at home for space for the children. Then they would also be thinking about the financial implications of having 8 children born at the same time. There's a difference between having 8 children at different times. Maybe the first child will remain clothes for the second child, right? So anyone the first baby outgrows, the second one will take. But to have 8 children at the same time means everything you are buying it in 8 pieces. So there's a lot to it. Now, what transmedia storytelling can do with that one clip, for instance, is to scatter that whole clip into 7 different stories. So imagine if another Airtel, for instance, comes up with another advert, this time around, dialing back to show us what could have happened if they listened to what the scan doctor was telling them. Do you understand? Now let me bring it to personal businesses, for instance. And I'll use myself as a personal brand as an example. When I started off as a model, you know. And from being a runway model, I moved on to becoming a pageant model. But one of the things I quickly realized in my years of modeling was that modeling was not a destination. It was just a process. So a lot of us, the mistake we're making is that we think that here we are doing what we are doing is all there is to all we can do. Do you understand? So I realized that from being a model, I can do other things because modeling gave me a platform to meet the kind of people that I would not have the privilege of meeting on a different, career path. So I harnessed another skill within me, which was my effective communication skill. So from being a model, I realized that I could communicate my thoughts quite succinctly, precisely in such a way that anybody who was listening to me can easily understand what I'm saying. And so I got a degree in mass communication and I started practicing as a compere, an event host. From there, I became a radio presenter. Now, I am still a model. Do you understand? It's been more than 15 years and I am still modeling. However, in that entire time, I have also dabbled into being a professional makeup artist. So I have also done bridal makeup. I'm also like a registered and a confirmed, beauty rep with both House of Tara and House of Zaron. But I'm still doing other things in the process. Now, I'm bringing this now to your personal small businesses. Don't think that one thing that your business or that you are known for is all there is to be known. He mentioned Marvel as one of the movie production companies that have harnessed transmedia storytelling. And I'll give you a typical example of how they have done transmedia storytelling in such a way that they have used one story, they have milked it in so many ways. Little Red Riding Hood, for instance. It's a classic children's story. From that one story they've talked about, they've branched from there and told you how Snow White is related to Little Red Riding Hood. So much so that they have now done a Snow White story. Now, from the Snow White story, they are the 7 dwarfs, right? They will share another story just about the 7 dwarfs and how their lives became the way it became that they were living in a cave. That is a typical example of transmedia. So transmedia storytelling simply says one part of the story is less than all the other stories that can come out from that one story. So in your business, for instance, a lot of you, I'm sure, are doing it. You don't know that is what transmedia storytelling is about. So you have evolved from doing one thing and you've branched off to doing other things while yet maintaining your previous identity. However, People now know you for so much more. That is what transmedia storytelling is, but you just didn't know that that's what you're doing. So transmedia storytelling is simply saying to you that there's so much you can milk from just one thing, from just one aspect of your life and your business, so much so that you can then have multiple streams of income, all linked and plugged to that first one. The problem now for many of us is, which one do we start from first? And that is a major problem of people that are multi-talented and multi-skilled. You know that if you have many things that you are easily good at, the first one to deploy is usually the problem. Because you can do so many things, so you don't even know which one to focus and specialize in first, so that you become a master of that one thing while you're trying to build identities. And I can tell you, personally, there are many people who know me from being a choir member. You know, a lot of people think that I should have an album. That every other thing I'm doing now, I'm wasting my God-given talent. And that's because that's a side of me they saw at a time. There are other people who saw me as a model, have not also realized that I have metamorphosed from being just a model to a seasoned broadcaster with about 10 years of experience. Multiple award-winning one at that. But you see, because that's, they're looking at me through that one lens, they haven't seen that other things have come out of it. So transmedia storytelling reminds you and pushes you to realize that there is so much more than just one story to tell. Now, your business can be the media, and you can also deploy social media and all the other platforms available to sell yourself, to sell your businesses, to sell your abilities and your capacity. Thank you.
Obi, easy on us. Anyway, thank you. Mr. Dave, we'd like to hear from you before we go on with certain questions.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Is it audible enough? Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. Yes, this is quite better. My name is Dave Robert, as you fondly hear on radio. I'm a broadcast journalist, a PR strategist, and a realtor. And we're all looking too cold here. Can you just turn to your neighbor and just introduce yourself to your neighbor and say hi to your neighbor? Can you just do that? Yes. Let's loosen up a little bit. Everyone is looking like the economy has, because $1,000 is 1,000, you know, free yourself up a little bit. Okay, so storytelling, pretty simple. How many of us have pastors that preach very well? I do. Yes, I do. I have a pastor who knows how to dissect the scriptures, you know. How many of us have friends who can aspire to Prospire to Maguire? Do you have that kind of friend? They tell you, I started my restaurant with 1 seed of rice. Look at where I am today. It's pretty easy, storytelling. And if you have a business, even Jesus, our Lord and Savior, told stories. They were called parables. Am I communicating? They were called parables. I'm seeing a demographic of too many, age brackets here, so I would have to bring it from, my time before me and then after. Because when you are saying Marvel stories, some people are saying, are we marveling for the stories or something? But if you have a business, let's use Jesus as the case study. If you have a business, there is more to your business than what you can offer. For example, an Igbo man who knows how to... I wanted to speak with the guy who was talking about agriculture and stuff. An Igbo man who wants to export his goods to other countries. There are certain terminologies he would tell you that if you're not careful enough, you would finish your bank account just because of that particular product. True or false? All my Igbo people. Igbo Kwenu? Yes, I've gotten them. I'm not from Igbo, by the way. There's a particular man in marketing, he's used as a case study. The description of this man is he can sell ice to Eskimos. Now, Eskimos are people who stay in the North Pole. You know, very extremely cold weather condition. You have Norway, Canada, you know, those kind of people. They literally live inside a freezer. That's what I'm trying to say, you know. This man can sell ice to them. Imagine people who stay in places like Canada or Norway, and you're coming to convince them and say, Oga, if you buy this ice, your life will never remain the same. And they pay. What am I trying to say here? For your business, for your brand, you have to tell stories. Simple. You must tell stories. For my brand, as a broadcast journalist, I tell stories all the time. In fact, I'll teach you guys something before I leave here. Because there is a way and manner to tell stories. You know, if I put up the logo of, I saw the logo of MTN. Can you see that logo there? The yellow, white, the yellow, and you just, whenever you see that logo, what comes to your mind? Simple. That's the graphic representation of what Mr. Jerry was trying to talk about. You must tell stories. Tell stories on every platform. In a nutshell, transmedia storytelling is content creation. For those of you who have businesses, not everyone here, how many of us have businesses here? Can we just be very honest with ourselves? You have a business of your own. Very good. For those of us who don't have businesses of our own, everything is sellable. Listening to Ike Osakiodo one time, that was in 2019, he said, people say talk is cheap. Is talk cheap? He makes 15 million naira from talking to clients or talking at events. That was 2019. So imagine in 2023, while you're shouting, dollar, is cashing out on a daily basis from talking. People sell air in the hospital. It's called oxygen. People sell water. Everything can be sold. But to sell that, you must sell it with a story. Jesus said, for this reason the Son of Man is made manifest that he may destroy the world. That is the story. He came with that brand. For any other business, you know, Dangote will tell you, I came because I want to relate with every other person in Nigeria. So I'm not selling my goods at 5 million naira. I'm selling 5 naira to 1 million people. Do you understand? So learn how to tell a story with your brand. Very simple. Take your phone. Can you bring out your phone? Bring it out. Bring it out. This is called Make in Nigeria, right? Say, I will make it in Nigeria.
It's in Nigeria.
That's what you should take home today. I will make it in Nigeria. With this, your phone, you can access Europe. Right. My first international client came from what I call Instagram hunting. Like I said, I'm a broadcast journalist and also a PR strategist. So I went on Instagram and I started sending DMs to people. This is what I do. I can help your business. Just reach out to me. There's nothing I will not do for you. I will put you on all platforms on radio. I'll put you on all platforms on TV. I would make sure that you have the best social media brand, you know, descriptions. I would make sure that I give you PR. I sent it out to like 30 people. And then 2 of them responded. One said, talk to my manager. That was it. This guy came in from Greece and we met and we did business. You have a brand you can sell. You have something you want to sell. Tell a story to it. Like the man who was talking about agriculture, he said he found a way to describe his palm oil as something that was void of a toxic content. So you can tell your own story. You sell hair. My hair is anointed. I don't know. Somebody said I sell anointed lands as a realtor. I'm wondering how that is possible. My hair has durability. If you take it, put it inside water, it will not soak. You put it inside fire, it will not burn. Create something about that hair. Sell it to people. Once they believe that story, How many of you believe that Cristiano Ronaldo is the best player in the world? How many of you believe that Messi is the best player in the world? Why?
A story.
Hey. Have you seen some guys in Job who can play more than Cristiano Ronaldo? There are some guys on the streets of Ikoku who know how to play better than JJ Okocha. But the story behind this guy, that he would wake up every morning, train before every other person, invest in his skill, blah, blah, blah. They say Michael Jackson dances for 18 hours. All that thing is shalaye, is bobo juice.
Lamba.
It's lamba. If you don't understand what lamba is, don't worry, you'll get it later. All right? But if you have a story, people relate to your story. Somebody will tell you, when I started, I was broke. I didn't have money. And in fact, that's my story. Actually, we have not gotten there, but we are gradually getting there. We just started off something. My own personal company, it's called Dayford Network Limited. And, you know, it's an amazing journey for me. I got my job in a taxi. Let me tell you one story. And this story is my final point here.
This is storytelling.
Yes, it's storytelling, literally. I got into a taxi and I saw someone I have known before via social media. Very important. Take note of this. His name is Mayowa Daramola. He's in Lagos now. So I saw him and I immediately recognized that I knew him on social media. So I said, "Hi, my name is Dave." And he said, "Oh, okay. Hi, Dave. How you doing?" I said, "I'm fine. Oh, I'm just here. I'm doing good, but I love what you're doing. I want to be like you." He said, "Oh, okay. Come over." So I came to Wazobia and then we talked like we had known for 10 years. The next thing I was like, okay, you know what? I want to get into radio. Then, you know, our legends had already been touring, doing everything. And I was like, one day I will be like these people. So I get talking with Mayowa and he says, okay, try out something. Try and see if you can get into the radio space. I said, okay, no problem. So I start doing radio without earning any dime from it. I started freelancing. And then I graduated, I became better. The next thing was they were giving me more assignments to handle. The next thing was, you know, I had gotten a BBC certificate. The next thing was I was, you know, having endorsements. Now, my first endorsement came from a real estate company. And I told myself, if I can have a real estate company endorsement, I can also have travel agencies endorsements. I can become the next big name in the media space. How can I do that? I want to have my own brand. I want to be that person who can relate to the world, that I came from nothing to being someone. Started off a company, registered it. Told myself in the next 2 years, I would push this off. To God be the glory. We are not there yet, but we're you know, the fuel situation is not holding us back anymore. You know, I was listening to someone talk. They say, we have not made billions of naira, but we can eat, we can survive. Now, my story is unique to me. You have your own story. Your uncle has promised you money and failed. Your auntie had disappointed you. Take that up, put it in your business, relate it as a story, and tell to people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. All right, thank you so much, panelists. Indeed, this is storytelling, and I love it. Right. We have limited time, so I'll try to make this as brief as possible. I did a sample opinion, about 3 persons in the audience. I asked them for their businesses, so that will be a bit specific. I think a lady is into skincare, a guy, educational consulting. Then the last person says she does fruit juice. So there are a few questions. Let's try to be as brief as possible. There are a few questions so that we can narrow it down. The first one is, how can transmedia storytelling benefit my specific type of business or industry? Then following that is, what are key considerations when selecting media platforms for a transmedia strategy? Right? So Jeff, please. Or Jerry.
Okay, so can you go over the first question again?
First question says, how can transmedia storytelling benefit my specific type of business or industry?
What industry is this?
That, any of them, I just picked 3.
Okay.
There's cosmetics, there is educational consulting, and
Okay, so you see, there are two questions here that have very similar answers, so very similar responses. The first one, and I believe the second one. First of all, you need to identify yourself. Know who you are as a person before you know who you are as a brand. We have integrity in business, and then we have brand identity in business. I was listening to, but funny thing is I'm the only person that's not an OAP, so I'm actually a shy person, so I can't do all this. However, there are some things you need to learn from us, and there are some things you need to, after hearing, relearn. I don't know if that makes any sense. To first answer the question and then show you where it connects to what he said. How you pick the platform that your business is most suitable for depends on what your business is about. I had a bit of a situation a while back, and I was supposed to send a portfolio to someone, or rather he was supposed to, or they were supposed to do research about my person, right, about my brand, or who my prospective clientele was, or where to get information about my brand. And then the feedback I got was pretty much very negative. And then when they give you negative feedback, they tell you why, right? And they went on to say, so we looked at your LinkedIn profile and we're not able to tell. I'm like, what the actual fuck, right? How do you look at LinkedIn to get a portfolio of a photographer? Doesn't make any sense. If I tell you I'm a script writer, yeah, go on. As a photographer, I'm a visual person. LinkedIn is not a platform for people like us, right? If you go to Instagram, by all means. You go to Pinterest, good heavens. Facebook, because everybody's traditionally on Facebook, yes. But then there are certain platforms that won't fit your kind of business. If you talk a lot, right, except unless you can actually play with graphics, Instagram might be your place, but Twitter is most suitable for you. We have some other platforms as well, including LinkedIn, as I mentioned. So you need to first understand what your brand is focused in doing, how your brand chooses to send out this message, who your target audience is. We have target audiences, we have demographics, we have there are businesses that are age restrictive, right? You can't advertise like the what's it called, the third clip from what we saw earlier. Who would have thought the lady in so much despair, her husband under the rock, asking God for help, and then God either came down or sent down an angel. And what did she ask for? The skin of a 16-year-old. Now, the idea behind that ad was, instead of you to waste your prayer points, I have a product that can give you this. I'm sure some people just saw that ad go by, but didn't really get the message. I'm not going to preach, but you need to learn how to channel your prayers, right? We have solutions that God does not need to solve by just knowing the right things to do. So, understanding who you are as a person, and then what your brand identity is out to really, sell is something. That's how you can create that convergence and then have a better business environment to work with. Then, just to pick from what he said, I really have to stress on this because I don't want you going back home and trying something and coming back to say this guy said rubbish or he didn't know what he was saying. What he did back then, I don't know how far back it was before he got that job of yours. Professionally, it's called spamming. Please don't try it. Sending a message to more than 10 people is automatically tagged spamming. The moment you do it, Instagram has evolved from then to now, right? The moment you do that, your account gets flagged. The people you're sending these messages to automatically get a question. Do you know this person? Is this a spam Or do you recognize this sender? We have, this country is hard. People are really, bitter. People are sad. People are angry. Imagine someone at that stage responding to that Instagram message. What would the response be? No. If you get more than 10 no's, your account is flagged. What happens next? Shadow ban. Right? If you can't get out of shadow ban and then you keep going on with that message or that particular strategy, you get blocked. You're now obstructing. There's a phrase they use, community guidelines. You get what I mean, right? So how do you get past this if you must go through this process? You have a 3-paragraph text, correct? You send the first one to your first 5. Rephrase the next 2 paragraphs. The message changes. Do you understand? You're not sending the exact same message to the next 5. Right? Then the last paragraph, you change it again. So the next set of people you're sending to are not getting the exact same message the first one got, or the second batch, or the third batch. If you have more people, rearrange the message. Why? That's the only way you would not get shadow banned. So to answer those 2 questions, right? Understand what your brand is selling, know what your brand is really pushing out, and then you as a person, understanding yourself would help you know how to migrate between these platforms.
Thank you so much.
Can I just add to that?
Okay, I'll give you your question, then you take it together. So, he's mentioned a few platforms we can use. We'd like to know, Obi, how can we measure the success and impact of our transmedia storytelling? My apologies. How can we measure the success and impact of our transmedia storytelling efforts? Then next to that is, are there legal or copyright issues to be aware of when engaging transmedia storytelling?
Okay. So the first question you asked is, how can I measure the success rate or the impact of that? Before I'll answer that question, let me just dial back a bit to knowing which one to use. Now, how many of you have tried to read a book that has been made into a movie? Now, do you understand that the way the book is written, sometimes when they act the movie, it seems a bit different? That's because they are catering to different target audiences. There are some people who can watch a movie and be doing other things together, right? Now, for people who read books, they understand that people who read books are more settled people who can make out time, devote their attention for that. So Facebook can be likened to the people who read books. Instagram can be likened to the people who like to watch movies. Does it make any sense? So if you're going to use all the media platforms available for your business, the way you write, the pictures you use must be different. You understand that Instagram people want to swipe quickly, right? So you must use captivating images to get people to slow down when they get to your post, so that they can now say, okay, can I read and find out what this person has said? But on Facebook, most times you find a lot of people who have time to read and comment. Same thing applies to Twitter. However, Twitter is a shorter text than Facebook. All right? So keep your messages punchy, very brief, especially for Instagram and Twitter. All right? So how do I measure the impact and the success level of all these things that I have done on social media? I think it's quite easy. You set up your business for profit making and for impact, right? Now, social media, algorithms, these different apps have made it so that you can see the engagement. There's the analysis part of each and everyone's account where you can see how many people played your video, checked out your post, how many people engaged with it. But most importantly, you want to be able to record at least 10% call to say, tell me more. Right? So if you take, for instance, what he did, he sent to about 30 people and he got 2 people to call him. You want to be able to land that. At least you should get a 10% feedback in the first 1 week to 1 month. That's how you measure your impact. Does it make any sense? So if you now realize that you are getting more from a certain platform than a different platform, you now know that this is where to channel your energy to. And then the one you're not doing so well, strategize. Is it that you need better pictures, you need better text? If you're going to get the help of people who have made it their responsibility to do social media management, because it takes a lot of commitment, it takes a lot of time and understanding systems to be a good social media manager. And it's okay for you as a business person to not understand everything that happens on social media, so you can get someone to manage it for you. All right? All you can do is send them content. They will just rearrange it, make it catchy. They know exactly where to get it to. So how do I measure? How do I know the impact? It's the feedback. It's feedback. People who want to engage you for business. All right? And then in the end, people who drop money in your account for the services that you have to render.
All right. Legal and copyright issues.
Okay, so yeah, I believe there are. Especially when, you know, for many people, they like to use other people's music as background, especially when we do that for reels and all these social media posts. It's important that you give credit. Now you will also realize that there are certain posts you make using certain songs. It will not play in certain countries and in certain zones. So you have to understand that. So it's most likely that we don't even understand copyright. I know I don't understand copyright because there are copyright lawyers. There are people who have studied it. And if you don't know, some of the things that we are posting, we are the ones limiting ourselves from reaching our target audience because we don't understand it. So get someone to explain copyrights for you. But most on a basic level, when you're making certain posts, give credit to people that it is due. For the song, you know, for whatever it is, credit. If you made a post using a product that does not belong to you, give credit to whom it is due. That way as well, the person who sees, because when you mention someone on a post, they get alerted. All right? So they too will see it and realize that, oh, okay, this person understands the concept of giving credit. And then who knows what can happen. It's a very open market.
And in good time, you also look forward to receiving credit when you become really big. Right? So it's
of
something
course,
that,
of course,
that goes
exactly.
well.
So when you become big and someone takes your content and posts as well, you are hoping to get the credit for it. You're hoping to get mentioned. All these things. So sometimes you see certain posts and they'll say, "I do not have the rights to this." Right? They understand that they can get. You know, in Nigeria we let many things slide. In certain parts of the world, you will get called for it. Next thing you know, someone is slamming you with a lawsuit. So it's a very, very precarious terrain.
Thank you so much, Obi. We hope not to find ourselves in such. So, as CEO, we'd like you to give a few final words while also answering or telling us more about certain pitfalls we should avoid while engaging in transmedia storytelling.
Thank you very much.
As we expect our keynote speaker real soon.
Okay, so quickly, there's a worry adage that says, person with the ask question, no the misroad. Okay? Ask questions. You're starting that business, you already started the business, and you don't know how to navigate, you don't know how to scale up. Not everyone here understands tech. That's the truth. Yeah, so for the generation called the baby boomers, those ones are the ones above 50, 60. Sometimes you don't know what AI is, you don't know what these tech innovations are. Talk to your children, ask them, how can I do this? You know, she's mentioning TikTok, she's mentioning Reels, she's mentioning Facebook. Sometimes we don't know these things. Not everyone does. Okay, so ask around, ask questions, ask the people that are into that already. And then for pitfalls, let me just say something quickly. For every message I sent to a prospect, I already profiled that person. All right, I could tell that this person was into this, and this is where my own contribution could come in. And it came as a question: can I? You know, not as I know what's people do that a lot. You know, spam and then scam people also. So make sure you ask a lot of questions. There are a lot of people here. You can ask questions. You know, don't negate the fact that this person doesn't look like it. The person doesn't necessarily need to drive a big car, but just ask questions. Secondly, give yourself a target. Okay? Monthly, weekly, yearly. Know that this is what I want to start. in 1 week, this is what I want to achieve. Even if I don't achieve this, sometimes repeat that cycle again until you get it correctly. Okay, you may not understand Facebook algorithms perfectly. Repeat them again. You might not know how to tell the story one time. Your first, so for content creators online, when you go down to their first post, you're seeing maybe just 2 comments, 3 comments, 4 comments, but later on you're seeing thousands of people. Okay, so start up, keep yourself, scalable, and then know that at the end of the tunnel there is always light. Thank you. I don't want to. Mr. K is already.
Right, he's on our next. And we understand we still have a speaker and people are tired. They need to refresh themselves and all of that. So, with a standing ovation, please can we just appreciate our panelists? Thank you so much. While I bring up KO to bring up our keynote speaker.
Okay, please sit down briefly. One grace, our keynote speaker is not a man of much talk, so he's supposed to be doing this for 30 minutes, and I don't think it would take that much. We'll talk about how to use storytelling to push your brand, to give your brand visibility, and he's an expert in branding, of course, from my wife, remember school where you go. University of Waiting, I think. University of Waiting. Coventry. You need to forget that one. You don't talk about mom. I was schooling in Coventry. Yeah. I was telling me why he was pampering you people. I said, these are radio presenters. You tell them to talk short. Because you were talking too long. I know that you have ideas, but these are things I taught you. That's my student. I told you who gave her husband, Abi? Who gave her husband? Yes, it's me. That's what I've been doing. And you can see what my friend has been doing. Please, in the next few minutes, take the best from this. This is going to be one of the best sections. I told him yesterday, please do this. And I know you can do this. Please receive one of the most creative, very, very creative. I respect it. I'm a very creative person, but this man, I respect his creativity because it comes from a dimension you will not understand. He does his selling on abnormally. Please put your hands together for my friend, Nia Fakai.
Thank you, Keo. Good evening, everybody. How are we doing today? Good evening, everybody. All right, so this session is going to be very precise. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Well, I'll do one simple social experiment right here. Mm-hmm. I'll start with Obi Ivy. Obi Ivy, no, that's fine. Oh, you want to be my usher? I won't mind. Okay. All right. Please put your hands together for Obi Ivy. That's my wife, by the way. For no reason, I can say that. All right, so, Dave, which of these two will you pick? Why?
Okay, so I'll go with water because if it's cold, it can quench my thirst, and it's more nutritionally beneficial.
So he says water, right? I think we should just take note of what everybody's saying.
Water. Why? Because I like water to drink so that it stops my stomach.
All right, you?
I would take Sprite. Because it's a source of energy. The content help me to regenerate energy.
All right, it's a source of energy. He likes water. Sprite, source of energy.
Water. Water, why? Because it's my best drink.
Oh, it's her best drink, right? Chef.
Water. Why? I don't like too much sugar.
He doesn't like too much sugar. All right, so let me cut straight to it. Obiavi, water or Sprite?
At this very moment, I would take Sprite.
Okay. Thank you. Can we put our hands together for her? So, let me have that. So something happened right here. We had people making choices because of what was put in front of them, correct? But the fact of the matter is, none of you really know whether it is water that is inside this bottle or Sprite. You don't know which one is water and you don't know which one is Sprite. Correct? But you have made a decision. And you have even backed that decision by something, like she said, it's her best drink. Right? I remember doing this experiment in the training and someone said, the person even involved Jesus. You understand? So that's what brand communication does to you. These two containers could be interchangeably anything. It could be kai, it could be kerosene, it could be acid, right? But you have made your decision because of how it was projected. Now, I'll do you one more solid. Even the way this one is designed, this is a Lassian bottle. This bottle is designed to make you think that it will basically refresh you. You notice the shapes in the bottle, they feel like ice flakes. They look like ice flakes. So even when you see it when it is in room temperature, it looks like it's a bit cold. Am I wrong? Brand communication, right? Now, this is Sprite. The bottle has some small dimples in it. Now, if you open the Sprite, that's this, you see the bubbly, the fizzy effect. That's basically what you're going for when you're going for a Sprite. Now, these things are done to, one, make you buy in. Two, make you feel like you're making the right choice when you pick any of them. But it could be anything. Now, we've listened to our panelists talk about brand storytelling, transmedia storytelling. And I'll bring it to its simplest point. Everybody is a medium, right? So everybody is a medium. What does that mean? Anybody can sell anything. Anybody can tell any story, right? Now, traditional media theorists will start off by saying the medium is the message, meaning the person or the system or the channel that you're getting the message from gives you the message first before whatever you hear is said. Are you following? So, Z-World. If I tell you Z-World right now, people who watch Z-World already have a perception of Z-World. You're going to expect extra dramatic soap operas. It is what they do there, right? It's their medium, and their message will even be communicated even before you watch anything. Why? Because they've built that over time. So what brands do over time is build an image and then escalate it. I was doing research on this subject, and how many of you know Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg, the rapper, right? So Snoop Dogg started in hip-hop, went through hip-hop, rapping about girls, killing people. He represented the Crips gang. He even shot some pornographic movies. But as I speak to you now, Snoop Dogg has Snoop cereal. Snoop Dogg is producing cereal. Breakfast for kids. Now, someone will ask, how come that person gets to create something that children can feed on? So the brand is not the cereal, right? The brand is Snoop Dogg. But the rapper has transformed, and he has transited his personality from being the gangster rapper to a celebrated entertainer, and has now become a household name, one that can be placed on every table. Okay? Why? Because he has come to find out that, one, he will not rap for the rest of his life. Two, being a gangster will not give him any, how often, you can't just be shooting for the rest of your life. So, to be in a place where he is accommodated and celebrated, and of course, he had to start thinking of products that will put him on the tables of families, right? Okay, so I moved to another brand now, Coca-Cola, right? So Coca-Cola started as a normal refreshment drink. But then Coca-Cola started creating other expressions, because think about it. If they just continue saying, buy this drink, the drink has sugar, buy this drink, the drink has sugar, at a certain point they will run out of gist. So they had to find other expressions for themselves, right? So the Coca-Cola speaks to even the market woman, because how many of us remember when we had to share a Coke? There was the era where people's names were on Coke bottles, all those kinds of marketing campaigns. As big as the brand was, the brand had to do local marketing campaigns such that you will see people's names, Emeka on a Coke or the other one on a Coke. Why? Because that is what it takes to be a global brand. You are big enough to be celebrated locally, but your value is recognized internationally. So now selling the drink was now no longer enough. Coca-Cola needed to do other things. And they did a spread of other things, from creating other products, smart products, to all the way to even doing entertainment shows. How many of you remember the Coke Studios? Right? So someone says, what does Coca-Cola have to do with music? But somewhere in the process there, they situate a bottle of Coke in your recording session. You would need to refresh yourself somehow. Now, why have I made all this reference? Now, several of us here in business, we do diverse kinds of businesses. And for you to be able to communicate your business, you need to be able to first find yourself. And when you find yourself, leave enough room to be able to find expression. Now, we notice there are people who have created their business, and through branding, they have boxed themselves in. Nothing else can happen with their brand because of how they have put it. They cannot support any other business. They cannot support any other system out there. Right? So I'll make it simple. Plug it into transmedia storytelling. You are a chef. How can you express your brand such that everybody will want to buy in? What's the most basic thing about your business that everybody needs to know? We all eat. Food is necessary. So what will you create about your food that will make people follow you? Right? So it's a brand that came up with the statement that breakfast is the food of champions. Right? And it's arguably the Kellogg's brand. Now, they would come up with a statement like that, work on your psyche, because their product is breakfast products. So they use basic principles of life to condition you to want their product. So as a business person, because your business is growing, you should get to the point where your business is not just a product, but it becomes a function of culture. People want it because it is part of their lifestyle. Right? If I can't find your business in my life, then I cannot become a fan of the business. Yesterday, Bernie was speaking about the Apple product. Now, how many of you have noticed that Apple, they don't really do ads? Have you ever seen any Apple ad anywhere around? You say, oh, this the iPhone ad, you know. But you notice the people who do the ads are the people who sell these products, not necessarily the brand. They don't spend their marketing budget on doing ads anymore. Why? Because the system for Apple has been to create ambassadors, right? So when you create ambassadors, people are proud carrying the emblem of your brand. So the first generation iPhone, that was 2007, 2008. That phone, when it was gotten, I remember when you unbox it, you will get 2 Apple stickers in the box. I remember the box, 2008. I know I used that phone. You get 2 Apple stickers. What they were doing with those stickers was to give you something as a form of signage to put on whatever you have to show the world that you are an Apple user. So what they gave was not necessarily the product anymore. They created a culture, an identity for people who used it. So Nigerians, yes, we use Apple after the fact. The people who are true Apple fans, they sleep on the street. When an Apple product is about to get dropped, they will sleep on the streets, line up in stores. And within the first hour of the store opening, every single product in the store has been taken. Now, this is someone who probably is the new iPhone 15. The person has the 14, but the person needs to get that one. Why do you put that kind of pressure on people? They have the product. The ones they have is still working, but they want to get another one. That's a function of brand culture. So what they did was they took the brand. It wasn't basically about the phone anymore. They've transited the brand from it just being about a phone to being not necessarily a status symbol, but a functionality symbol. Right? Now I'm explaining this. In Africa, Nigerians use the iPhone as a status symbol. I'll say that for free. Right? But the originators of the phone was designed primarily for functionality. So if you watch the story of the first iPhone by Steve Jobs, what he was saying was not that we have designed a phone that will make you feel cool when you use it. What he was saying in the narrative was, he showed the picture of other phones that were leading at the time, the Blackberries, the Nokias, the ones with the keys. And then he highlighted that the inconvenience of the keys on the phones at the time was the limitation of the phones. So what the Apple phone brought was, we're taking away the inconvenience of having keys. We are giving you a chance to experience other softwares as dynamic as they can come. That story is what made Apple separate, and that's what they've been doing till now. So for your brand, first, how have you identified your brand? That's the first question you ask yourself, because we're a spread of business people here doing all sorts of stuff in business. How have you identified your brand? What do I see when I see your brand? Who are you servicing when you want to service people in the market? Now, how you answer all that is bordered around what is called the brand promise. Now, your brand promise is basically what you deliver when communicating about your business from start to finish. Okay? We have some slogans for some brands. Good thinking, good product. Which one is that? Come on now. Life is good is LG. Yes? Good thinking, good product is Toyota. Right? Now, is that slogan really Toyota? Yes? No? I think it's Toyota, right? Because Toyotas are designed to service specific geopolitical locations. So when you say good thinking, good product, it means they don't just create the product. They think about the people who will use the product. Okay? So this morning I was also sharing with someone, and because the conference is Making Nigeria, the Innovation Summit, I realized that as Africans, we rarely do innovate. We just copy and paste. We copy and paste. And we create things, but then we create things to feel good. We don't really create things to solve problems. All right? Some people want to just build a brand for the prestige of what the brand makes them look like, as opposed to the service that the brand would deliver. So, as people who should create businesses and communicate what is being created, how easy can you sell what you do? How easy can you share what your brand is about? That's what this entire session is about, right? So if you don't know what your promise is, then how can you communicate? When we speak to branding, most times we start to say that, generally people start to talk about the identity, which is what you see physically. But the core of your brand is the promise that you have put out there. What your business has promised to deliver, that is what becomes your brand. Now, the method of delivery is what starts to change. Now, if you're going to also tell that story, you have to now start asking yourself, so who are the people I'm servicing and where are they found? That is what tells you what to say on radio. That's what tells you what to say on TV. That's what tells you what to say on the social media. And that's what tells you what to say when you send people out with word of mouth. These 4 components are basically the outlets of any business communication, right? So what you're going to do on electronic media is radio, TV, right? Digital media is social media, right? Print media, paper, flyer, and then of course, the basic human interface, word of mouth. So if you have not been able to crystallize your promise easily, how can you communicate that to people? All right, so I'm just going to give us a few things that we must consider as people of business that speaks to brand promise. If you can know these things and you can easily answer these points as a business person, then every other thing you are doing in business will easily be communicated, right? So first, who is my target audience? Who your target audience are basically people who will use your products, people who will share about your products. There are people who talk about products, they don't use those products. I hope we know that. There are people who will always yarn. They are the ones who have the gist about every product. It's not that they use it. They will tell you the newest. They know cars. They don't own those cars, right? They just know cars. So sometimes when we are selling to, we start making that mistake of saying, no, this person no go fit buy him now. Make I not tell the person. But the guy can make a profit or a commission selling your product. So it starts to now make us redefine the idea of marketing, because basically we tell you sales, we will tell you, don't waste your time with people who cannot buy what you're selling. Right? But what's the place of the world that we live in now, where we have affiliate marketers and people who because of side hustle, do what we call GRA, general running around, right? Those people are people who need to know everything that's going on, because if you're living here now, somebody tells you, I need 5 Rolls Royces delivered by Sunday afternoon. Are you going to say, I'm not in the business of Rolls Royce now, so he's not talking to me? Walk away. But what if you had a contact of someone who could deliver that? And you called the person and said, okay, I want to order 5. How much are you selling one by the way? Okay. Can I get a percentage if I can sell 3 for you? The person says, okay, I'll give you 10% if you can sell 3. Okay, what can I get if I can sell 5? I'll give you 20%. You say, okay, don't worry, I'll call you back. You already know what you want to say. You go off, behave like you went to an answered call and you came back. In that moment, you will notice that you have sold and you have made value of something that is not necessarily what you sell. Right? So that's the entire idea of being able to communicate as a brand or a business. So people need to be able to know what you do. People need to be able to see it, and people need to be able to transfer it. That's all we are trying to achieve in brand communication. It's that simple. And so when I teach people about communication, especially as business people, one thing I tell them is, 1, you have to learn how to sell yourself in 60 seconds. I remember I used to have a show like that, especially in this time, and because people are impatient. Nobody has time to be hearing gist anymore. They want to land at the, in the words of my wife, in the made in China of your story. Where is the story going, right? So we should be able to communicate the brand promise. First, before we speak to brand promise, your brand identity is every visible element of your brand, everything that people can see about your business and say, this is your business, right? So while you are designing your promise, it is important that people can have the tangible of your business. How can I talk about what you do if I don't have a business card? How can I talk about what you do if I do not understand your vision and I cannot communicate it myself? All right? So your brand promise, first of all, starts to speak to what the entire idea of your project is. It was Tom Ford, when he was speaking about designing the vehicle, he said he wanted to build a car for a great multitude. He wanted something that everybody could use, right? It will be large enough for the family, but small enough for the individual to run and care for. This was the promise. That promise has cascaded into several brands of Ford and other vehicles even till today. All right? So being able to, first of all, identify what your business is about and communicate it is the most important part. So, one, identify your customers. Who are the people you are selling to? One, people who can buy, and people who can get you people who can buy. It's important you know these two. Traditionally, they will tell you sell straight to people who can buy. But we know now that by the principle of side hustle, which is governing almost every African that I know, everybody sells everything. Am I wrong? Come on now. You do not know that you can sell casket till someone tells you, I want to buy a gold casket tomorrow. I have 50 million. You will make call right here. Say, calm down. Bro, you go fit knock this thing. Your knock, go find gold spray. That's my point. So anybody can sell anything if the idea is communicated. So we have transited from saying, okay, I'm selling my business, but because you're a marketplace person, you have to just know that anybody can be my customer. I can sell anything. Specialize, yes, but create a compartment in your brain called the side hustle compartment that can sell anything, including casket. Never say never. Have you heard people say, I will never? I mean, why would I? When they offer you the money, and most of those stuff, it will shock you that all you just need to do is just sit in your house and make call. There are people who will run. Now, so if someone has offered you 50 million for that, are you trying to tell me that you cannot find someone who will give you a casket like that for 30 million? Really? No. Right? So locate your customers, find them. The reason you find them where they are is because you have to devise the voice that will get to them where they are. You have no business spending money to do an ad to put on CNN if you sell akara. Now, except your logic is that you're trying to get some CEOs to include akara as an option in the refreshment of their maybe company dinner. That's one. Or you're trying to do like an akara scheme in the world. So you want people who are going to invest to say, oh, that's akara. That's what it looks like. Okay, So, point is, like I said, yes, a lot of us have imaginative ideas of where we think our brands are supposed to be. But you have to start with being able to find who is buying what you're selling, where. So sometimes you may need, because you know where they are now, right? If they are all students, you have no business still doing a TV ad for students. Because students don't really watch TV. Right? They are mobile people. So what you're investing on, your primary focus, would be investing in an ad that will be mobile. Because that's where they are. All right? So now, finding them now. Secondly, for you to be able to also deliver on your brand promise, you need to be able to pinpoint what value you are delivering to people. Like I said, you can be the one who sells everything. In the end, we need to be able to pinpoint the specific value you give. The reason is because you are limited resource. You cannot circulate as much as you think you can. Right? Now, when you have situated yourself, now start asking people how they want to experience what you want to sell. It's very important. The reason why you ask how they want to experience is because we live in the experience economy. You may think that people want water. Yes, this is water. But some people want to drink it with straw. Some people want to drink it in a cup. Some people want to drink it from the bottle. Understanding this helps you narrow down your narrative. On a lighter note, someone said something. He said he understands that one of the main reasons why Jesus was not sent to Nigeria or Africa was because doing miracles in Nigeria would have been very complicated for him. Imagine Jesus feeding the 5,000 in Nigeria. He wouldn't do that with bread and fish. Some people say, no, sir, I want amala. I want soup. Now, even in the options of soup, You notice that some people say, no, I want green soup. I want a goosey soup. I want ogbono soup. Now, of course, he is Jesus, right? The miracle will be dynamic because imagine he'll just be changing as you collect your soup. You will collect your soup. Yeah. But the point is, the story works because there was bread and fish. So when the story is told, it is bread and fish. So being able to pinpoint that value that you have to deliver, understand how the people want to experience it, that is what is going to now define how you communicate your brand. Okay? If I know you want to experience something a certain way, it's easier for me to write a script to appeal to you because I've asked around. You want to feel a certain way about it. I spoke about the water and the bottle. The intelligence or the technology behind designing a bottle that looks cold is because people want to drink water that is a bit chill. Okay? So that goes into the design plan. Now, also understand that while you're communicating your brand, what you're communicating has to start from your design in its own. I always tell the story of the first time I watched an ad by Jaguar, right? And the ad was, the person who designed the ad was explaining the design to us in the session. As I watched that ad, that day I decided I wanted to own a Jaguar in my life. I'd never desired vehicles before, right? But there was something that was put in my head because of the way the story was told. Now, yes, I'm not ready to buy a Jaguar right now, but in future, I will. Why? Because it wasn't just a story that was told, it was the culture of the vehicle that was communicated with the story. So for every business that you have, put a culture around it. Let it not be about the product. Let it be about the experience of the product. The reason is because your product will keep evolving, right? So if you nail everything on one product, what happens when that product fails? What happens when people don't necessarily like the taste of that product anymore? I'll do another one for you. So we know the Fanta, right? But Fanta has been so dynamic because Fanta now has orange, pineapple, lemon, apple, all those things. It initially was Fanta and it was orange. But they said, okay, this name can stand on its own now. Can we see how we can have this name find other expressions? Because guess what? People are now into soda. They have sold well enough to be able to let that name now translate to other things. All right? So pinpoint the value that your business is delivering and lace it on a product, but be careful not to primarily tie one product to it if you're somebody who does multiple service deliveries. Because, like I said, you will always evolve. As business people say, times change and demands change. So for you to be relevant and innovative, you need to be able to change with time to meet demands. And I will add on for good measure, you need to be able to go ahead of time to understand demands. Because when you understand, okay, this is where the world is going, it will help you. I'll end with this story, because I always tell the story when I'm teaching. The story of a book. When a book is designed, when the book was designed, the concept of the book. If I ask you now, what is a book, sir? What would you tell me? Is this a book? How many of you agree that this is a book? Yes? All right. But the book is not this. The book is an idea. What we know as a book is an idea that started from people saying, okay, we need to capture culture. We need to capture our experiences. When we need to capture it such that people will see it and understand what happened. So they asked themselves, so how do we do this? Now at the time, they were running around with, animal skin and sharp objects. So the smartest guy at the time now said, okay, come. Called all the cavemen and they went to a corner and then he started drawing. He drew lion, drew something, and then maybe the lion ate somebody, blood, and I said, do you remember when the lion ate one of us? He said, oh yes. He said, that's the story right there. Then they now drew another one, maybe flood. Remember when flood came and carried? That's the story right there. So they did that, and when their children came, they would show them those things on the wall and say, okay, this is our history, right? Your forefather was eaten by a lion. In this case, the other one drowned. They were sick. These are the pictures. But while that was an efficacious form of communication at that time, life started happening. Climatic change and stuff happened such that pressure made them move. Okay? Now, while they were moving, you will notice something. They could not carry the cave with them. All right? So their history and everything about them. All right. So their history and their entire narrative have been put on the walls of the cave, but they could not carry it with them. So there was now need for a better technology. So another person that had a little more sense now came and said, oh, okay. Is the problem the stone? They say, yes, okay, fine. Let's start stone cutting business. So how many of you have read The Richest Man in Babylon here? So you notice that in the story there was a stone cutter, right? So to tell you that stone cutting became a business. So people started cutting the stones from the wall because the technology at the time for books was right on stones. So this guy starts to cut stones, package it, and sell. So people in stone cutting business, someone now say, okay, I want to write the history of my family. They will say, okay, to cost you 20 stones of XYZ dimension. You pay for it. You bring tipper. And they'll be bringing out stones. Say, what's that? They want to write the history of our family. Oh. So they bring out stones. And then they now hire someone with a chisel. The scribe at the time will be someone with a mallet and a chisel. So it wasn't pen. So the guy will was like, bing, bing, bing. What thing that happened there? They write to our story of our backyard. Do you understand? So as that happened, that became the prevalent technology at the time. And stone cutters made a lot of money from brute labor. But someone thought and said, stones. As it was so efficacious that even God wrote 10 commandments on stones. So it became so, but someone now came and said, but this technology, you get a CBO. Now some of us here are educated people. Imagine you submitting your 100 level project in tablets of stones. USC, go just see trailer, go just the enter USC. Different trailers. I was a project to project defense. People are coming to defend their project. They are bringing out stones. And so when you say chapter, bro, the tablet number, So everybody who is defending his project will be guys around because we have to be carrying stones. So someone said, no, we can't continue like this. Something has to give. Now, one thing I want you to note in all this transition is one word: convenience. 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 So they said, okay, if the technology that we are using says you can write on a slab that is strong and is stone, can it be wood? So they now started considering, okay, a lighter experience of it. So they start cutting trees, tree banks, trunks to write on. And so the technology, now the person says, okay, fine, if we can do this, then it can be lighter, right? So they start to trim to more flatter slates. How many of you use slates in school? Those boards, right? So they start to cut to slates. And then other technologies came and someone said, we can use paper, we can use the leaf. Then papyrus, and then they created the paper. And if you even remember back then, when the books were created, in some cases, it were only the aristocrats, the kings, they were the ones who had books. As in when they made the book, they locked the book with padlock. So the book is there. There's a key holder of the book. He's the custodian of wisdom. The man with the access to. Right? So, but now we can have books on smart devices. We call them e-books. But they are still books. So, I've just told you guys the story of something as basic as a book and its transition. It's an innovation summit, and all you should think about is the best way to position your brand and ensure that you have not placed yourself in a place where you cannot evolve your communication in 10 years. And what should be your watchword for every phase of your brand communication is convenience. Convenience. People are becoming more lazy. People are going to be more lazy. So long as the point where it was made clear that you can sit on your computer, press something, and pay somebody, and that person will bring that into your house. That was the height of laziness for the human mind. All right? So people have now become lazy because of convenience. And it's not going to go down. We are going to always demand convenience, however we want it. So the easiest thing for you to do as a person communicating your business is put convenience in the front of everything you say about your business. That's one. Convenience. Show us how convenient our lives will be if we experience your business. That's the first thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do is to be sure that the people that you are dealing with know that you can evolve. You can shift. You are not a static business. You are not nailed on the ground. We have MTN showcasing here. And I remember buying an MTN SIM for 35K. You guys remember that time? At that time when the MTN SIM came out, it was like, if you had MTN SIM, people just used to carry their SIM pack and just be walking around. As in, you don't even have phone. You just see that guy gets, respect the guy, please, sir, pack here, please. You have a SIM pack, right? But now nobody even sees the SIM pack. And the business, MTN, has evolved from now selling network services to technologies. That evolution came because they were in business, they stayed in business, they listened to the users in business, and they were able to keep creating stuff that even till now we can trust to say, okay, it's an MTN power bank, I'll use it. It's an MTN this, I'll use it. And that's how they are gradually easing into products. Okay? So if you can't take anything from today's session, remember this. You should be able to make your promise very clear. And there is also something that a lot of us who are in business do. We don't find the easiest ways to put our messages out there. Nobody should stress to discover what you do. It should be very easy. If you can paste it on your head, it's even better. Right? We've passed the point where, okay, with the mystery of we will discover. That's only for acquired. There is a level people get to, and when they start buying mystery. Right? But if you're servicing the general public, you're not selling mystery. If there is anything mysterious about your product, that mystery should be worked into your communications language to make people wonder, what's this? The mystery should be what will make people come in and want to touch it. If you cannot package your mystery like that, take out the mystery. Sell convenience. Make it very clear that this is what I do, and these are the people I am called to service. Again, I'll reiterate. Anybody can sell anything. It's just knowing that you are one deal away from £1 billion. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for coming to the Make in Nigeria 2023 conference. I am Nia Barifakai. Enjoy your evening. Do we have questions for me? Yes? No? One?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, my question is, you said you can sell anything.
Yes.
And if you can sell anything,
Yeah.
how do you now maintain your brand? For instance, I have a restaurant that I manage, and
Yeah.
I'm also an affiliate marketer. That maybe anything that has link, I can promote it and send out my link. Anybody that signs up, I can get commission. So now, the challenge is which one will people know me for? Which one will I be posting in my status, in my Facebook? And because today I post this one, tomorrow
Yeah.
So how do I manage such a
Okay.
case?
All right. So if you go to, how many of us have been to ShopRite here? Yeah. So what is ShopRite known for? ShopRite. Okay. This is the Autograph Mall. What is the Autograph Mall known for? Events. There are different halls. There are some businesses here, right? So first, you need to let the world understand that you are a business person. Once we understand that you're a business person, it means as a business person, I can bring any business your way. Right? Now, I have not said you are someone who just comes out and says, I do everything. That's wrong. But if you're a business person, you can sell everything. I didn't say sell everything. You understand? So don't take it out of context. I was talking right here and I said, how many of you believe that you can sell a coffin? But I say if you're giving 50 million, you will sell the coffin. You understand the logic? So it's like in research, you're told to conclude your research with an open question because you want to leave an avenue for other things to come in. Right? So you don't want to lock your business down saying, all I sell is hair. What if there are other components that comes out that can go with the hair? Right? So there are people who have learned how to sell things together. It was one of our keynote speakers, panelists the other day that was talking about how to be able to watch products that go together and align. Right? I sell akara. That woman sells bread. If we join akara and bread, it's a hit. Do you understand? So being able to find yourself is one. Identify and let the people know that you're a business person. Now, for the businesses you do, every business you do should have its identity. Even if you're the one pushing it. It should have its identity. Even if you're the one pushing it. Second thing you want to do now is to create the culture around that business. What that means is there should be other people too who buy into that business that can represent it aside from you. All right? So what you want to do as a business person selling is grow to the point of having ambassadors and evangelists for your brand. Same way you have evangelists in the Christendom, same thing should happen in business. So someone knows that I do all these things, but this is what I do. These are my people who help me deliver this. Right? So we now know that it's not only you pushing that, it's a viable business and in time to commit to it. Did I help you? All right. Do I have another answer? Question. All right, let's go.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, my name is Kelvin Ari. I run a quick service restaurant, Nana Sakara.
Yeah.
So, since the day one of this conference, we've been told about partnerships, collaborations, and quite frankly, my partner and I, we've been talking, we are serious on partnering with people.
Yeah.
But now the question is there any way we can quantify what these people are bringing in terms of what percentage they should take in our company?
Okay. Why do you need people? That's the question you will answer.
To scale up.
Okay, it's good. So why do I need you? I'm answering your question now.
All right.
Right? If you can see specifically why you need these persons, it's easy to situate the person where you want them to be. Now, understand this. A business is beyond the structure. The business comes from the conception of value that you want to deliver. From the conception to the identity, that's the visual elements of it, to the structure, to everything. Now, when someone wants to give you money, the person is giving you that money for a fraction of what you have created. The person is not giving you money for your idea. The person is not giving you money for what you have legitimately conceived as an institution, right? The person is giving you value for the product you want to deliver. So you want to be able to talk to a lawyer to specifically identify what they are giving you value for. That's how you start to scale. That's how you start to consider what they get. Because I've seen a lot of cases where people meet young people. It used to happen to me a long time ago. People meet young people and they have ideas. I say, okay, tell me, I'll give you 10 million and I'll take 50%. In that place, the person has just assessed you and the person figures money is what you're looking for, right? So they will throw money at you to buy a good chunk of something that may be worth 100 million in 5 years. But because you've been too desperate, or you're possibly too desperate to articulate what your value is, they will buy it for anything. All right? So, like I said, when you create the business, understand that it's a legal entity on its own that can find expression and grow. That is what you're dealing with. You're not necessarily dealing because of, and also another challenge we have is because the people we meet investment start to assess us because of how we have appeared or how we have packaged what we have packaged. That conditions what they offer and that conditions what they ask for. If you're a person in business and you have basically laid out your structure, the system of value, your value chain is clear. Someone cannot just tell you, I want to give you money and take this. There is a plan in place. It's down, you've broken down your plans down to the value of shares for everybody who will contribute. That is the point of negotiation the person is going to come in from. Not necessarily because you don't have money. Because then again, you're the one who have told them, I want to scale up, but if you help us do this, we can do this. You know, so that conversation we should have at the Institute. Pastor Chonoche is here. This is what he does professionally. So, do we have other questions? Yes? No? Okay. Thank you very much. I'll get out of your face. And if you have questions, I'll take them after. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you so much. Have we really learned a lot today? Have we really learned a lot today? Making Nigeria 2023. Making Nigeria Conference 2023. So, I'd like to ask, how many of us have experienced the past 5 days back to back? You've been here for 5 days. Wow, 1, 2. That's interesting. 4 days. 3 days. 2 days, that's yesterday and today. And it's just today you've attended.